We're on. Hey.
Hey.
Yay!
Very
You're
tense
on.
countdown.
Woohoo.
Yeah, we need to start the countdown again.
No, it was a
Nothing's
zero.
broken.
It's zero. How's everything going? How's everybody?
Hey.
All good.
Yeah, good.
Ah,
It's the weekend.
it's
Yeah,
Friday.
what a shitty week it's been. What a shitty week it's been. Has everybody else felt that way? I think that's been the consensus.
Sorry, it's actually been all right for me. Sorry, pal. Sorry to bring you up from your slump there.
Oh man, and I was on a roll as well. I was about to go into one of
Yeah.
my. That's it. You've stolen my thunder. What do I
That's
do
what's
now?
wrong with the youth today.
Yeah, you could try
Fuck
and
down.
be positive and upbeat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that smile. That's a winning smile. Everybody wants me just to stop being a light of positivity.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
I'm always a light. I'm always a light of positivity.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
sure,
sorry.
sure.
I live with you, and I know that that's bullshit.
Also, it's not setting appropriate for Blades in the Dark.
Oh yeah, we're playing
Could be
Blades in the
interesting.
Dark. What did you think of that
gonna
Carbon
be-
2185 trailer, by the way? That Keen
Yeah,
put
that was
together?
Yeah,
amazing.
it's amazing.
We're going to play that again at the break if anybody wants.
ABN.
Yeah, we need to play it again because we just love it. We love that trailer. And if you missed it, you missed an
Actually,
epic
I love all of
trailer.
our fucking trailers.
How
I
does
think
he
all
do
of
it?
our
I know.
trailers are amazing.
Pale
know,
has it.
I
Just,
know.
wow. How does he do it? We need to.
We
dig
will be having another trailer drop
Maybe
tomorrow.
he's fun with it.
We got another new one for tomorrow. So we're keeping them stacked
Maybe it's
and
make
secret.
believe.
It's a what? He's got another one coming tomorrow. The guy's
Yes.
a machine. He's an absolute.
No,
machine.
the IMT is doing tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm not producing. So I'm back in the production chair for this episode and future episodes of Friday Infinite Monkey Tales. I am going to be producing Blades in the Dark, and I'm also going to be playing in Carbon on the Fridays.
Carbon
as well.
2185.
Yeah.
Which I think we've just seen a trailer for.
Which we just, if nobody saw it, that's an awesome trailer. Yeah, so Blades is alternating now. Is that right? Is that right, Angie? Is it going to be a Blades Carbon alternation through the weeks?
Yeah. Actually, I think it will be doing that in April, won't it? It's we've got an Easter special on that Friday. We're dropping the Blades for that one. Then it's Carbon, Blades, Carbon. So yeah.
Wait a minute. Did you just say an Easter special?
We have an Easter special, but it's a secret till tomorrow.
It's a secret Easter special, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. We have got news to drop tomorrow, so please do tune in as well again in tomorrow's show at 9 p.m. GMT.
Secret!
Well, hopefully it's not like Star Wars Christmas special kind of special.
So, no, it's a cool one.
Right, let me just scrub that out.
So, but we'll do all that. We'll do April tomorrow. So basically, this weekend is Blades in the Dark, 2 sessions of Dungeons and Dragon tomorrow, run by Croy and Kaldari. And then next week we have.
Wait. Just wait, just 1 second. I really want you to get his name right.
No.
Because
I really don't care,
Yeah.
but apparently
I think
Mark
it's-
does.
Yeah, as it turns out, Kadari is also running a D&D game.
Yep. So that's
It'll be
fine.
called a different.
Kaldari and Kadari are different people.
It'll be called a different name every week until he puts a proper name in that I can say.
Josh.
Josh. I would call you Josh, but I know it's one of those things that you're
Are
not
we-
supposed
are
to do when
we allowed
people
to
have
call you Josh?
secret names. Like if we would, we've
Okay,
all got secret names.
hang on.
yeah,
Anybody in the
we
chat
change
that
it
does
now.
not know that my name is Josh, please say so.
Well, they do know now because you've just said right. Josh is running his offline D&D session tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
Croy, who has another name, but I will not tell you it, is running his tomorrow night.
But Troy.
Troy.
It's a difficult one to
So
come
how
up.
is so tomorrow is D&D with Jeff or Josh or Kildari, I don't know.
There's a game in the
Whatever his name
afternoon. There's a game in the afternoon, and that
Game in
runs,
the evening.
and then there's a game in the evening. IMT are off the charts on a Saturday. We run 2 games in one day.
count them.
We Yeah.
Not one.
And then next Friday we're coming back with Carbon, which was you've just done. If you laters, late to the party, have missed the trailer, but we will show the trailer again at half-time break when you get the oranges and the squash out.
Oh, it's going to be that kind of game, is it?
Yep. We're gonna get
Tennis.
some oranges. We're gonna suck on the oranges, get some squash, bit of toweling.
Sunday League football. That's what we're going for. That's the
Not
vibe.
As you can tell, I've never been to a Saturday afternoon football
Pies.
match, so I have no idea whether you towel each other down or not.
Only in the changing rooms.
Are,
Not on the
are we talking about tabletop role-playing games here or something else? I'm not sure. I think I've lost the conversation.
Well, it's something
I
else
think I
you
lost
do
the
on a Saturday
conversation a while
afternoon
back.
that involves
Yeah, I
toweling
think- I
somebody
think-
down.
Yeah, I think
I'm
we've just gone
sorry.
into some kind of
I'm
weird
sorry. Just
role-play.
had a moment about things. Well, forget the
Just thinking
toweling each
about
other
20
down.
men toweling themselves down.
Yeah.
Happens to everyone.
Although I do want to ask Josh now, as he runs a Saturday afternoon game, do you towel each other down at the end?
Wait, is that
Not while it's
reason I'm
remote,
asking.
no.
The reason I'm asking is why does that only apply to Saturday afternoon? Why not Saturday evening as well, Troy?
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you feel like you're missing out, but if you join VR chat after the game, I will give you your toweling down. Not a problem.
Oh,
Follow-up question: is that how you know Infinati?
Wait a minute.
Oh, God.
Furlon's gone quiet here. He's also implicated in this. Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
So anyway, so after the very interesting toweling Saturday, next week we will go on to Carbon and then Mutants and Masterminds, which is run by the IMT. And then we go to finish off the month of March and spring into April. We will have our offline beginners session for Dungeons and Dragons.
Which is really becoming not so much a beginner session now. Is the
It is,
the
it
guys
is. I
who are doing
mean,
really
yeah.
well,
and
actually.
you're still in it. Does that count?
Yeah, that's true.
Fine. Fine. So,
It's like-
but if there is anyone out there that just wants to learn the game and not be bothered about people ruling them with stupid rules,
Being
Telling them-
being ruled by stupid rules and rulers.
Yeah.
who
you know,
rule.
not telling you
Yeah.
you're always making a mistake and then maybe like telling you can't do something when you want to do it and things like that, then it's a great game to learn without people being horrible to you and ruining
Yeah.
all the fun.
Yeah, it's
There'll
like
be-
help,
there'll be
I'm
no-
being oppressed by the dungeon master.
There'll be no sappers of joy in that game on a Monday offline. It's
Excellent.
great.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to join that, DM Croy, join the Discord, and yeah.
DM the DM. I like it.
Hey. So,
Yeah.
two-letter acronyms
Sorry, I've
aside.
obviously had too much to drink already.
Two-letter acronyms aside, we are now going to be playing a game, and that game is called Blades in the Dark. So I will pass you over to our game master tonight, Some Old Pirate.
That was quick, wasn't it? And I'm almost unprepared. So, the last little episode that we had, what the hell was that?
Car just
Anyway.
pulling out of Dodge very quickly.
Wow. Yeah, that's what this game does to people. Makes them leave very quickly. In the last episode, our crew broke into a Blue Coat precinct in Six Towers in order to try and find some evidence about a murder that had taken place to somebody that they had just previously robbed. It appears that our intrepid team are perhaps being followed, and somebody may have bad designs on them, but we're not sure why as yet. They broke into the precinct. They lost one of their members, Slip Mackian, who in the end acted as a pretty damn good diversion. Went crazy after receiving a blow from the nightstick of a that sounds wrong of of one of the blue coats that was in the basement. Proceeded to go absolutely crazy. And rampaged like the Terminator through the police station before being beaten down, but not before he'd allowed the rest of the team to escape. and recovering from their wounds and stress, they now find themselves. Well, where do we find you? That is the good question.
Back at our den.
So you're in the docks in your abandoned warehouse, which you have this kind of secret lair within a secret lair almost, don't you? Because it's kind
Yeah.
of you're able to enter the ghost field and slip away from kind of the material world, I
Secret.
guess. Yeah, and so here you are. You are in this this lair of yours in this blackened. I mean, how does it look? I guess is probably a good question. You're no longer kind of like in the kind of material world. You're kind of in this ghost field. That's where this lair
Yeah, you
resides.
kind
So
of
what are
step
you?
through to find. So I think because it had that old thing where the ghosts feel like you sort of see echoes of what used to be
Yeah,
parts of the city. So you gotta like you go down like a back road that doesn't exist in reality to get to like, oh, now we're in like this blocked off area of the city that no one else can really get into.
yes,
Yeah. So I think it probably be like a bit like I guess structurally like not as well maintained, but I guess we probably would have like spruced it up a bit to make it our own little safe space.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's where you are. With this sat around a table or something, I guess, perhaps discussing what has previously occurred. Um, what's the deal here, guys? What are we going to do now? You've lost one
So
of your own. You're not entirely sure where he is, although it's likely that he will
we
have
have a
been
good
sent
idea where
off
he is.
to Iron Hook Prison. Is a very good
Yeah.
and likely candidate for his final resting place at this moment in time. Well, not his
I'm
final
sure he'll give them the
place,
slip.
Oh, I see what you did there. But you have found a new recruit almost.
Tar something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm very glad to have found you. You are
Yeah.
quite remarkable in your ability to travel into hidden places. My previous group was something of a smuggling ring, but this is most impressive. I like what you've done with the place.
I always find it handy to spend more time getting escape routes that no one else thinks to look for. So the information we've gathered from the police would indicate so these bodies are investigating Lake and his what's his
It
wife
was
and his
late in his. It
housekeeper?
was kind of his housekeeper and manservant, wasn't it?
Yeah,
They'd all
they were
been
washed up
murdered,
and
cut
they're
to
being
pieces, and
butchered.
then dropped. Yeah, and dropped in a canal not too far from his home. But you discovered that he wasn't actually killed inside the city. So somebody
No,
took them away outside,
and then brought him back in,
and then
either
brought them back in.
dismembered already or not. But yeah, they
Yeah,
found him in
yeah.
the river.
Which I don't know. Maybe that sounds like somebody's trying to send a message, or
Yeah, I
along
mean,
those lines, I guess.
and to figure out who could actually do that, because I would imagine passage back and forth through the ghost fence that surrounds the city would be fairly controlled. Are there?
Yeah, it's not as controlled as you'd think. I mean, yeah, there are blue coat patrol boats that kind of patrol the canals and the water, but
Yeah,
actually coming and going from the city, especially if you know the right people, that would, that's not a non-trivial task.
yeah.
It can be done. There are groups out there that smuggle people in and out as well of towns. Out of the town, you can get in touch with those, and people like that can
I
certainly.
remember
Yeah.
having brought someone in on the train. It was not as difficult as it might seem.
Mm.
The
The train
boats.
is kind of more of a formal form of transport.
Well, I mean, a lot of things. I mean, there are still ships that move goods in and out of
Yeah.
the city, but the rail network, the electroplasmic rail network, is extensive and does connect to just about everywhere in the empire.
Yeah.
So there are goods, and Gaddock Station is massive. Huge place.
Yeah, I can see it on the map.
With trains coming in and out
Yeah.
almost constantly. They do have a group which are also like another gang, the Railjacks, that kind of clean off any residue ghosts that kind of come in with the trains from the from outside of the ghost field, outside of the lightning barrier. And it's very, very common, either by rail or by sea, that goods kind of get brought in. Smugglers, they just know how to get things across the city, in and out of the city, and regardless of whether it's on a boat, whether it's by rail, they know people, or they own vehicles that can
Yeah.
get in and out of the city. And also, if you've got money, all of this is available to you. You can certainly employ pretty much anybody to things in and out of the town, city for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're probably like one of the easier ways to get back and forth, unless they go by boat.
Yeah.
I'd imagine all the boats to get like all the Leviathan harvest and things would have to go through the fence as well.
Yes, they do. So yes,
And do
you
we know
get
if the ravens, are they just limited to the inside of the ghost fence, or do they kind of?
Yeah, they pretty much
try and
are.
judge
Anything
how
that goes
far-
on outside
yeah.
of the lightning barrier is in the wastelands, it's in the Deathlands, and
Yeah.
it is just dead stuff out there anyway. So the ravens and the bells from Bellwether Crematorium, they don't ring when somebody dies outside of them.
Yeah. It's just more to figure out if they're like, they could pick up deaths that happen like a kilometer away from the city. You're like, that means that we have to go even further out into the Badlands to find anything.
No,
It'd be insane. Just
Do we have
caught
any? Do we have any specific idea of groups that would be able to move contraband, let us say, in and out of the ghost fence?
The Foghounds are one of the most well known. They're a smuggler gang. They have their own ship that they use quite frequently to get in and out of the city. Tar would be aware of them. Probably would have been a rival, perhaps, at some point as well. His previous
Yeah.
gang. And so they're probably the most well connected group, and they have links with a number of other of the gangs in the.
Yeah, so if we can get in their good graces, we might be able to get pointed in the right direction at least.
Yeah, that's an option.
Where are you headed as a group? What is, apart from breaking out of blue coat stations, what do you do?
I mean, we broke into a blue coat station. We didn't even.
Money.
Make a name for ourselves. Earn a living. You know how it is on the street.
Absolutely.
Anything that helps us earn a living.
Yeah, we're just trying to get by. Just working with the system as it is.
I'm a bit of a tinkerer with chemicals, ingredients. I put them together with some metal or anything I can find, really. It tends to cause a little bit of an explosion, or some smoke, or perhaps just knock someone out of their seat.
Are you a lone wolf now?
It sounds more like a hobby than a.
Oh, yes.
A reason to get by.
It very much is a hobby, but I assure you it can be quite deadly at times. Unfortunately, my crew, the Black Rats, they are, well, in other places.
Somewhat dispersed.
I heard of the Black Rats. They were amazing.
Well, no one else has ever heard of them.
We ran a small parlor. It's still in operation, I believe, the Mirrored Palace. I don't know if any of you have heard of it.
It was a very sophisticated and upmarket place, I understand.
No, clearly Angie's character's never heard of it.
Yes, it was just like that, yes.
What's the equivalent of a bluff check in this system?
I'm just going to assume that you can read.
I believe that's just talking.
I love it. I love it as well. That everyone knows that she doesn't know what she's talking about, and they're just like, "Why are you still talking?" It's not giving up.
I mean, if anybody is even interested, we did play a little campaign of this game before. And Tara is a character from that previous campaign, and Ange did run another character.
Who ran a really classy establishment.
Yeah, it was a brothel.
So she's Matic.
I'm hearing mixed reviews.
It was as classy as you can imagine a rundown brothel to be.
I've been in a few.
Yeah, it was in Crowsfoot, so it wasn't great.
On the lower end.
It's probably very good for Crowsfoot.
I mean, for Crowsfoot, yeah, it was certainly upper echelon there. Definitely.
It had clean sheets.
High class establishment for the location.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
It had clean sheets, plural, like at least 2 across the entire building.
Yeah. So, I mean, whether you are wanting to kind of pursue anything further, or whether you're going to look for any kind of job.
Well, if it's money you're interested in, there is always opportunity in Duskfall. It's amazing. Since the war, all of these people have gotten soft, really. Very soft. And ripe for the plucking.
Well, you seem to prove yourself recently, and if you find yourself alone, we seem to be down somebody now. He may return, but
whatever his name is,
it disappeared into the night. Not the first time he's done this, to be fair. May come back eventually.
The city is always filled with pleasure. I know myself, I have occasionally overindulged.
In pleasure?
Well, please treat this place as your own for now, and if we have anything that we can help each other with, then I feel that we can trust each other.
Yes. I think it has been fortunate that we've been brought together. I hope my skills will be of use. I see that you're all looking better since you've been healed.
Yes. I wasn't injured, but yes, everyone looks better. I appreciate that.
There was another little bit of information that you got from the precinct as well, while I remember, and that was to do with another gang, wasn't it? The Wraiths were mentioned, I think.
Yes.
Yeah,
I found information that Leech was connected to the Wraiths, and
it's potentially was their book that we stole or whatever.
Somebody with relation to them approached me previously, before we broke into the Blue Coat establishment. They have a watchtower in Silkshaw, and I don't know if they believe we were behind Leech's death, if they are behind Leech's death and trying to pin it on us, but it may be worth pursuing. If they think that we have wronged them, that could be bad for us.
So you want to clear your name?
I also want to speak to you about the smoke you can make, but we can save that for later.
All right. Why not?
So we're going after the Wraiths?
I mean, I'm not saying going after, but I'd like to know why they think that they need to pursue me, and I assume the rest of you.
You know who's in charge of the Wraiths?
There were... He starts flicking through bits of paper.
Yep.
Rumors of somebody called Slate, but nothing confirmed.
Oh, we could try and find out more about that. Though it would be kind of fun if it just turns out they just have him. and the people that were following us are completely unrelated.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, all of you were followed at some point, weren't you? Or approached and
Yeah.
spoke with you. And I believe I did Ashlyn a bit of a disservice the other week in my attempt to move things along a little bit. You were going to follow somebody at one point, weren't you? But we'll have to say you didn't do that. They evaded you in some way.
Good, because I can really
Oh,
remember
no,
who I
right.
was following.
So that's
I
fine.
remember who
We'll
you were
forget that.
following. I've written it down right here.
I am just
you
getting
following
my
Kildare?
notes.
It's in these several sections here.
There you go. Just look
Okay.
under. Yeah.
Was it the plot?
But all of you had
You know,
been
it may have been important.
approached, and somebody had spoken to you about. I think for you, Damien, Nicholas.
I'm
Damien's
not Damien.
Yeah, Damien was your other character in a different game.
The accents are getting mixed up. Sorry.
No. It was Nicholas. And
Yeah. Curse you and your dramatic inconsistencies.
yeah, you were approached while you were labouring at the docks, weren't you? Some guy seemed to be
Yes.
taking too much of an interest than you probably than you were comfortable with. I believe you were followed, were you not, Solomon?
No, he
Yeah.
approached
Yeah, they followed
me,
me.
and then I
I
followed
tried
him.
to set up.
That's right.
Yeah.
So,
I
that's
was
right, because
followed. I tried to set up a jump scare for them, and they disappeared.
they did. And then Ashton was approached by a very well-dressed gentleman who said he was trying to warn you or something along those lines. However.
Yes, I think
was
that
not
was it, but I
followed.
can't see where I wrote it down.
Don't worry about that. The fact that it happened is all we need to worry about.
That's good then.
Yeah. It's all up to you guys then as to how you want to proceed.
Well, someone's obviously there's something on our group. We've all been approached. We've all been followed. So someone's either given us up. Wasn't one of the people that spoke to you the inspector?
That was Spectre spoke to the other member of your group that is no longer here.
Well, he told us.
I don't like the scuffers at all. I know this Pritchard that you're talking about, and he is a very nasty piece of work. It is not worth pursuing him. He is near incorruptible. I know, we tried. I would very much like to take him out, however, if the opportunity arrives.
Yeah. And maybe it will. Maybe it will.
Well, at least we could engineer the possibility if needed.
Well, maybe not approach him. We don't want to be dealing with anything like that. I'm at a loss where to start. We've got people following us, people warning us.
I mean, you are the one that talks to people. Maybe you go and talk to the Wraiths, see what they want with us.
Do that.
If they're just looking for information, I don't think that our first approach should be to try and break into their place to find out why they're following us.
We'll just go and ask.
Exactly.
That's the idea. While we wait at a safe distance for you to return.
Yes, with my stunning good looks and my amazing charismatic personality. We can go to the Wraiths. Well, I can go to the Wraiths on my own.
And now you
believe in
know
you.
where they are because Nicholas
insight. Do I know anything about them?
do you know anything about the Wraiths? No, but you might know people that do know something about them. And certainly you have the required skills to kind of ask about, I guess, and
I could go and speak to Bazo.
Oh, you know Basil?
I am acquainted with him. He has a bit of a
Brush.
soft spot for me. He pursues my affections.
How fortunate he has one of the finest whiskey collections in all the land.
I could go and ask him for. I trust him to a point, but equally, would have dobbed us in. There's money in it for him. Quite prepared to go and see Bazo first, get some information, then go on to the Wraiths.
I will accompany you. Keep an eye out for if anybody follows you again. If they are following all of us, it is best to know about it.
And see if the amorous Mr. Smith appears again.
Oh, he was amorous. Interesting.
Yeah, towards books apparently.
The art of education is very important. One brings your mind to greater places with the study of books.
Yeah, putting the file back into bibliophile, I guess. To each their own.
So is there any other leads that we could be taking right now?
Well, the thing is, we have the foghorns, whatever, that might potentially know about foghounds, who could potentially know how to like smuggle someone through the ghost fence. Like they may be able to know if the wraiths did it, or if someone else did, or someone helped the wraiths do it. If they are
didn't
involved.
do it, they can give us information on who might have done it, but
Yeah.
maybe it's a tricky
connected.
subject asking them if they took 3 dead people through the ghost fence. 3 living people through the ghost fence, excuse me, and then killed them and then brought them back through the ghost fence. You know, maybe not something you bring up over dinner.
We might find the right people
Yeah.
that were paid to smuggle them.
Yeah.
We might invite more trouble.
We need some smuggling contacts.
And I guess Tar could be potentially in a situation to help with that. I mean, he would still know people, I guess.
I may be able to help with that. It's possible I know people.
It's a pity Casper's one book with Bloodhound.
He's kind of a big deal around here.
Well, I'll head out to Bazo. Who's coming?
Oh, I'll love to join you on this venture. It will be quite amusing.
Oh no.
All right.
I will be along shortly. I'm going to follow
Yeah.
them at a distance. I'm
Okay.
specifically looking out for people tailing them. So I'm going to
I'll
be
look out for people.
far enough back to keep an eye on them.
And I'll look out for people tailing Nicholas.
We are going to walk in a chain.
Yeah, I just like that. Yeah, you're probably all walking along about 3 feet apart,
Yeah.
just making sure that.
I'm looking for
nobody's
It's a
very
bit-
close tails.
Yeah, it's like those films where you have like a group of people following the same person and they're all like trying to be nonchalant in the same sort of way.
Yes, that sounds exactly how I imagine it. So you make your way. You make through the city, the busy, crowded streets of the city, through the dark, and through the electroplasmic lanterns shining and leading you through some of the richer, more affluent parts of the town, the city. Until you arrive in Crowsfoot, and in Crowsfoot, of course, you have the buildings are crammed close together. There are catwalks and that have been assembled, walkways between different buildings across the streets. You see figures kind of jumping across rooftops. Some of them shout. You hear people shouting and calling to each other. There are at least 2 factions here that you know of are almost about to engage in open warfare with the red sashes and the lampblacks. The lampblacks are the guys that are ruled or run by Basho Baz, this fella that you're going to go and see. He's quite a taciturn character, you know. And yeah, Ashlyn is absolutely correct in terms of whether or not she trusts him. You can't trust any of these people. And they'll be your friend 1 minute and stab you in the back for profit at the very next moment. But you find yourself outside the lampblack warehouse in Crowsfoot. The familiar fence around the outside of it that kind of drops down into a kind of a courtyard where it used to be full of coal. Coal would have been transferred and carried by these guys, or they would use to light lamps, so there'd be oil drums, old oil drums, kind of laying around as well, which would they'd have used to light the lamps of the city back in the day before electroplasmic lighting came along, and these guys then turned to crime when they were practically put out of work. And so this is where we find ourselves. At the lampblack warehouse. It's a fairly easy matter to get in. You are known to the lampblacks. Certainly Ashley is known to the lampblacks. Ah, he's also known to the lampblacks. And you find yourselves sitting outside Asho's office, and clock ticking away in the background. And you're sat on these kind of wooden seats in this oak-paneled seating area, effectively. And the door swings open, and Basho's silhouette kind of is standing there in the doorway as he kind of looks out. You know, he's kind of got his arms pressed against either side of the door as he kind of looks out into the gloom where you're all sat. The lights from his office kind of spills out across the room where you are. He kind of sees Ashlyn's face, and you see it. His face kind of lights up a little bit, and a little lecherous smile appears across his face. And then he looks behind behind Ashlyn, and he sees another face that he recognizes, and a different expression crosses his face. And then a kind of evil grin appears on his face as he kind of recognizes Tar, and he looks back at Ashlyn and, oh well, didn't take long for him to move in, did it? What happened to the rest of you and my favourite fucking weirdos then, eh?
They're not needed here today. Are you going to invite us in, or are we going to have this conversation out in the corridor?
But by all means. Are you with them at this point, Nicholas? Are you with them, Solomon? Are you all together?
I would have stayed
We're keeping a
outside.
distance. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
See if there's any outside interest.
In fact, if of you make if you're observing, how are you going to be doing this? What is it that you're doing? As you're sat outside, you found yourself like a nice little perch somewhere on a rooftop, or are you kind of in a back alley in a street somewhere? And yeah, I'll let you kind of describe how it is that you are watching what's going on here.
I would be moving through rooftops as much as possible, trying to avoid the runners that are on the rooftops in this area.
Yeah.
Not necessarily trying to avoid sight from them, but trying to not block, obviously, their territory. They normally move through these spaces.
Yep.
I'm trying to walk around them, as it were.
Okay, yeah, no, I
But-
totally get that.
I'm staying on rooftops, keeping an eye out, sort of anybody who looks suspicious following Ashlyn and Tar. Once we get to the warehouse, I'd just be perched on a rooftop nearby and watching the warehouse entrance, as it were.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'd be on ground level. not so keen on
Okay.
height.
Right. No, fair enough. Now, so I think you got a number of options in the ability that you're using here, I guess. Nicholas to start with. There's a few obvious ones. Things like survey would probably be an obvious one. But from what you're describing, you could make a case for lurk as well, or something like that, I guess. What is it that you're? How would you like to be conducting this little operation?
For the sake of this, I think survey. Like you say, it's mostly. I'm not so much focused on being stealthy on the rooftops. I'm on the rooftops because it gives me a better view.
Sure.
I'm
Yeah.
concentrating on watching out for individuals who are following.
Yep.
So I'm distracted by the cat stream.
Yeah. There you go. And there's no Andy here to say no. It is a cat stream. It is a cat stream. It is a fucking cat stream.
And Andy
That's
can't
good.
say anything.
Yeah, so I think in this instance, this is going to be controlled. I think it will be standard effect as well.
That's fine.
Okay, so you are up on the rooftop, on the street opposite, probably over this like large warehouse thing that's opposite in Saltridge now.
Yeah.
And you're kind of just surveying the area. You're kind of keeping an eye out. If anybody, I mean, you know these wraiths now. You kind of know how they operate to a degree. And yeah, I guess that you see from one of the other buildings somebody who's kind of crouched down, and they are wearing clothing that's very dark. They definitely have a hood that's kind of pulled over, covering their features. And you kind of spot them immediately. There's something about the physique of this person. You've got a feeling you know who this person may be. And it may bringing back memories of this person that you saw at the docks that was asking questions about you.
Yes.
In terms of their physicality. Unfortunately, they also see you. And as they're kind of crouched on this roof opposite, and you're both kind of looking at each other, you basically just see this person kind of go,
Awkward.
I'll just nod back to him.
Okay.
And I'm just going to perch down and stare directly at him.
Yeah. And he just seems to be doing pretty much the same, but it's kind of looking down towards this building and looking back across at you as well at the same time. And what's Solomon? Solomon, how are you doing your little stakeout? What is it that you're doing? You're in
kind of thing, like leaning like I'll go read the paper or something. But I was kind of toying with the idea of like, these two are staring at each other. You're just like. But like, yeah, you just.
Okay, so
yeah.
I'm assuming
the old
then
stakeout
it's
kind of routine.
Yeah, what ability would be appropriate here for
Nothing that I have points in.
I mean, that doesn't matter. Remember,
Study?
Study.
Probably,
Study.
yeah. I don't know if study would apply, but otherwise it'd be a survey, I think.
Okay.
So, the one I have that
I mean,
survey
is generally the obvious one, and it kind of makes sense in this situation. I got to admit.
Yeah.
You're kind of down on the ground. This, once again, you are not under any threat.
Yeah, it's just trying to keep an eye on like the people, the comings and goers, and see.
Yeah. So I think this is for you. This will be controlled as well.
Yeah. Theory.
And it's going to be standard effect.
Nope.
Now you could have pushed yourself to give yourself a bonus die if you'd have taken 2 stress.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. But,
would you be interested in doing that, or are you just going to go with what you got there?
I'll probably push it because it's a lot. It's not as bad as the roll 2 take lowest.
Yeah.
No,
No,
get otherwise.
okay. So I'll get rid of that there for you. If
Okay,
you want to,
cool, thanks.
you get a dice basically to make
Survey
a roll
plus
with.
1. Yeah. Okay, this works.
And you take 2 stress for that, of course.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
What a waste.
Yeah. The thing is, you're down on the ground
Yeah,
here. Because of there are people moving around on these streets. It's busy. There's a lot of people moving around. You're probably not selected the best position because this isn't really your shtick.
No, it's not.
And so you don't notice anybody out of the ordinary. And Gwen either is not. Gwen, whereas that Gwen before it seemed to spot one of these people when they were following you before. You've not got that. She's not kind of been warning you in that same way. So
because I think because the last time when it happened, we were like out and about, whereas now she's not around. So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. And inside the warehouse, you have Basho kind of gesturing you to come in. This is
It's great.
and sorry.
It's great to see you again, Basho.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
How's business?
Basho.
Oh.
It's strange company you're keeping, Miss Claremont. I know this fella. Not your type.
What is my type?
We've only just met, my friend. If you'd rather be alone. I didn't mean to intrude.
I go up and I sit on his seat again, on his chair, on his office chair. I get myself a cigarette out of his thingy on his desk, and then I start rooting through my bag and pull out a bottle of whiskey and pop it on the table.
Ah, okay. I think Tar probably hasn't quite seen Basho.
Yeah, I was thinking
quite so disarmed.
Yeah,
before maybe.
I was thinking of that. I was wondering if I could maybe do like a study or something just to see if I pick up on anything because this is not.
You could, yes, certainly, yeah, absolutely.
He's an ebullient character, which is very much.
You don't have study? Is that the
no
deal here? Right.
So
okay.
I'm pretty clueless.
Yeah, I mean, you see that he seems to be acting a little bit differently. Actually, I mean, I imagine more with somebody like Ty is that Ty probably doesn't really care about what Basho's feeling or anything like that. He's more interested in the kits and stuff like that, right? Is that a fair assessment?
I mean, he would certainly be interested in knowing what the whiskey that just got pulled out the bag.
Ah, that's a good point. So, Ashlyn, the whiskey that you have deposited on to Basho's desk here, is this something that you have purloined from? I don't know. Maybe I imagine that
I'd have robbed it from some top end shop somewhere.
Oh, so you actually would have thieved it. You wouldn't have swindled it from any other admirers or something like that, perhaps. But
no, I'd have robbed this one from. It'd be a top end shoplifted job.
Yeah, shoplifting. You see, you can take the girl out of the street. Okay. He admires the bottle for a moment. As he looks back at the both of you, he smiles. Always did have fine taste, Miss Clement. One of the many things that I like about you.
You know, Basho, it's only ever bring the best for you.
He opens this bottle he pours out 3 glasses. I'm going to assume that you're not here for the pleasure of my company.
I'm not one for mixing business with pleasure, but it's always a bonus with you.
Why does no Basher? It's always a pleasure to come and see you.
And he's quite dismissive of Ty. And he kind of shoots you a glance and then looks away, eyes fixed straight on Ashley.
Basho. Teams? I know it wouldn't be you. But we have some heat on us right now.
Blue coats?
Not quite sure. What have you heard on the street? On the road, that's not the right state.
I'm assuming that you took the proper precautions when you came here, Miss Claremont. The fact that you may have unwanted attention, shall we say. You and Mr. Fizz here.
Always take precautions when needed. Right now, nothing to hide.
Is that a fact?
I don't know, you tell me. But the fact is, if I am being followed and I have come to see you, then they've followed me here. But as I say, not sure why they're following us, so do you know anything?
I think we need to make like a fortune roll or something here in this regard.
Fortune?
Yes, I think so.
How do I do a fortune roll?
Well, I'm glad you asked because I have no idea. What we're going to do is we're going to roll a dice here. Shall I roll it for you? And we'll just see what comes up.
Oh.
Oh.
Not great.
But if I rolled it, it would have been better.
Well, why don't you try then?
What am I rolling? Just.
You see the
Cross your
little
fingers.
dice?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you see the little dice. Okay.
I'll take the 6.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, I don't know what you were rolling there, but yeah, you needed to roll just one dice. So we'll take the 6 because I'm feeling generous. Okay. I think also a roll may be required to get this information from him, just because
Sway.
you're going to use sway on him.
I'm gonna
Okay,
use sway.
that's fine. I think sway or consort would probably be. In fact, consort might actually be more appropriate, mightn't it? Entirely up to you. You're going to use sway.
Yes, I'm going with sway.
Okay, it's controlled. You're not in any danger or anything like that. I think the effect,
Standard effect.
I think it is going to be a standard effect.
I think it should be great effect because I am flirting and I bought him whiskey. Okay, I'll go with it.
All right, then.
I'll go with
for it.
standard.
No, go with great. Yeah, no, let's do it. Why not?
Angie's rules.
That's the joys of Blades in the Dark, folks. Okay. Partial success. He takes a sip of his whiskey. And he seems to approve. And he says, oddly enough, been a few people asking around about you. One of the lads at the Black Dog said that he heard somebody asking questions about the river ghosts. He didn't recognise who it was. But a mate of his said that it was a friend of a noble house, shall we say.
It seems that last job we did has brought us some unwanted attention.
Last job you did? Enlighten me.
Like you don't already know. Stop playing the games.
A
Joe.
wounded look goes across his face when you say that. So I'm just going to cut now across to. Are you doing anything at all, Nicholas? I would say Solomon, but Solomon hasn't seen or heard anything yet, so we'll do in a moment.
He's still on guard.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stare at this guy until he does something. I'm not doing anything. I assume he's there because he's following us, and really all I wanted to know was whether somebody was following us and what they were going to do. So I'm waiting for him to act.
So you see him. He moves across the street, across the the rooftop, over the street there, and he kind of is keeping an eye on you. Then he reaches a walkway which leads across to your side of the road, and he's still got his eye on you as he makes his way across that.
That's fine. I'll wait.
He's pretty quick. He's very nimble, actually. You'd notice as he crosses that little road bridge, and he arrives on your side of the road. A few rooftops across. He looks at you. Just basically goes like that with his hand.
Did he do? I missed it.
He just goes
waved.
like that.
Oh, well.
It wasn't anything mystical. He waved.
And then he basically just kind of goes.
I'll just beckon him closer. I'm not.
And he starts walking towards you across the rooftop, still quite cautious, but Solomon, down on the street.
Finally, some action.
Yeah, something. You've been standing there for quite some time. There's not a lot happening. You've probably decided yourself at this point that you are not necessarily in the best spot. And maybe you wanted to kind of change.
Do I?
Or did you want to stay where you are? Oh, maybe you wanted to change that. Did you? Maybe you wanted to change that situation.
Am I aware of where Nicholas is?
Well, that's a very good question. Would Nicholas have mentioned this to you when you?
Like, I probably would know he's on the rooftop, so I don't know if he kept tabs.
You guys have, I mean, you guys, you've been working together for a while. You would kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have indicated that I was going on the rooftop.
What's that thing when we go back and we discuss it? Do we go flashback?
Yeah.
You would have told each other the plan.
You can call a flash if you want, and you can describe.
Yeah, it's just to clarify.
What it is you're going to do.
Yeah.
And that would cost no stress.
Yeah. I mean, it's not really a full-fledged thing. It was just like a quick question, because it could be the thing of like we just set off alone, in which case it would be a wasted flashback anyway.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'll go on my own then.
Oh, you don't want me to come?
Yeah, I'm gonna go be edgy and mope somewhere. Some poetry.
Well, actually, that would be kind of appropriate.
Maybe a book about vampires.
Character's playbook, yeah.
Yeah. Fortunately, I don't have a mope skill, sadly.
We can have one.
You can use lurk. It's fine.
Can I use rec for emotional wreck?
So you know that.
Yeah,
you know that.
I'd probably stretch my legs. I would probably stretch my legs and move around if I'm not seeing anything. Try a different road, like, because it's basically surrounded by like 4 different routes, I guess.
Okay.
Like along the waterway, maybe.
Right. Now, I think you can make this roll again. And we're going to say, though, it's going to be risky standard this time, mainly because
Yeah.
you're walking through a street of an area where there's gang warfare is quite common and very
Yeah.
frequent, and you're looking up at the rooftops potentially, which might look a little bit sus to a few folks. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say
I
it's
do
risky.
realize, I also just realized that the last one was kind of risky.
Oh, was it?
It probably
Okay.
doesn't make much of a difference.
You were
Yeah, I
control.
don't think it actually makes a difference anyway. Yeah.
No. Well, it kind of does, because if you go wrong, things
Yeah.
get worse. That's all. If it's controlled.
Okay, so that result previously would have been from a risky roll rather than a controlled roll.
It should have been controlled, because you
but, yeah, it
failed.
doesn't matter.
That's
It
why
doesn't
I
make a
am
difference.
making it
Yeah.
more difficult for you this time. Right?
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's just from when I clicked on the roll thingy.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no worries.
let's just go.
Oh.
Yes. Better.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is where
Okay.
you find an assassin sneaking up behind Nicholas, and you got no way of warning him in time.
You find that the problem is you don't see the guy sneaking up behind you. You see.
I mean, I must say partially see him.
I think what happens here is that you walk the street, whereas you're kind of walking through the street, and you're kind of
Yeah.
glancing up. Although you think perhaps you're being surreptitious, you're not really. This isn't, like I say, this isn't your thing. And you're kind of glancing up, and you do catch sight of Nicholas, and you see there is another figure that seems to be approaching him from the rooftop. Although you notice that Nicholas is aware.
Okay.
And
That's
then
fine then. As long as he
Yeah,
knows.
there's- this sudden, as you're kind of walking along looking at them, you are suddenly aware that there's a small group of guys that are kind of standing. They're very well dressed, actually. And what gives them away is this red sash that they're all wearing at the waist, and they seem to be carrying swords.
Shit biscuits.
Yeah. And you kind of,
no.
as you walk around down through some of these alleys and things like that, you've kind of bumped into these guys. They're kind of in an alley as well, and
Yeah.
they are acting suspiciously.
Yeah. I'm kind of
So-
sad I tossed my red sashes around Leech's place.
Oh yeah, there's that as well.
You could just be like, no, that's so cool, I'm with you guys. And then I get shanked by the other side.
Yeah, and basically what it appears is that these guys may have been scoping out the Lampblack's warehouse,
Yeah.
and you've just kind of wandered in,
We bumped into each other.
pretty much, and they're like, yeah,
How's it going? Nice weather. We're
Yeah.
interesting news story. It's like an awkward, like, post-talk conversation. Like we've both been caught doing something we're not supposed to be doing.
exactly, yeah, and they've gone quite defensive, and they're looking at you with, what are you
Alright.
doing? What are you doing here?
Yeah, just checking out the place, looking for trouble.
Checking out a place? What place?
Oh, the Lampblack's place, just next door.
Oh yeah, what's
Yeah,
your interest?
I like to
Maybe
keep
he's working
tabs on
for them,
people.
says one of the others.
Nah, I'm not one of their boys.
Maybe he's with them.
But you know how it
Really?
is. You always want to keep an eye on the competition.
Hmm.
See how things are going in the other districts. This isn't even my. This isn't even my. Whatever you call this part of the city, like district.
Really?
Yeah.
You recognise him? No, I don't recognise him.
Wow, what are you guys up to? Just having a nice stroll.
Hey, mind your own fucking business.
Wow. Just here having some polite conversation. No need to be a dick about it.
Oh. What was that?
Then what? Did I stutter? Fuck it.
Right.
I've got no time for this. I am going to. I'm just gonna I thought I'd leave them a little because they're not supposed to be here, and they've kind of
No.
offended me. So I'm going to use a tune. I'm just gonna set a ghost on them.
Oh my
away.
god! Right. Okay. Well, I mean,
I mean, I need to put my foot down.
the good thing for you. The good thing for you is that
They say we're down an
Crowsfoot
alleyway. Yeah.
is the most haunted district
Yeah.
in the city, pretty much.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think this is going to be too difficult for you to
Yeah. I was going to
find
say the thing of
a
just
willing to find a participant.
I mean, if Casper's been anywhere in the vicinity for the last few days, so plenty. I sent them this guy with the command because you ever give a command. It's just like, could you please move these guys along?
Yeah. These guys are bothering me. Please,
Yeah.
please have them fuck
Yeah.
off immediately.
Please show them the error of their ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. This is going to be. This is is definitely risky.
It's tuned but risky. That's fine. I always roll risky.
I think
Apparently.
it's going to be limited effect because there's 3 of them and there's just one of
Yeah.
them. But let's go for it anyway. This is
I'm trying to remember what does putting yourself in desperate do? I can't remember what that does.
you can if you put yourself in desperate.
What does that actually
raise
do?
the level. It means that if something goes wrong, it really goes wrong. Yeah. But if it goes well, you can like increase the effect. So you can go from standard effect to great effect or limited effect to standard effect. So there's that. You can push yourself for a bonus die as well, remember? You can take 2 stress.
Yeah. Let's roll a d2. Let's flip a coin.
I did see something somewhere about the
Oh no, it rolled for me.
referring to a D2 as or to a coin flip as a D2.
Well, even does it,
proper
is it 0 and 1 or
TTRPG.
1 and 2? I don't know, but yeah.
You have
got a 1.
Huh?
It's
No, but for some reason
No,
I rolled
it-
d2 at the same time as the skill check, which is weird.
Yeah.
okay.
It did. A little disc came up and he rolled. It was a 1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh
he got
right,
a 1.
yeah, the D2, yeah, because
yeah, that's what I was trying to roll.
okay,
So that would be the thing. 1 was going to be the thing of like stick with it, like limited, and then 2 would have been the.
all right,
just
so
go for it, see
you're
what-
sticking
and
with
just wait until Nicholas sort of like just sees Solomon like bucket out of an alleyway. He's just not even like going towards the warehouse. He's just going far away as possible. But yeah,
Okay.
no, we'll stick with limited.
all right.
Oh man, that could have been hilarious. So limited, risky. Never mind. I think he's
Okay.
gonna book it anyway.
Yeah, sure, and that's what puts you in a desperate position as you're trying to run away
Yeah.
from these guys. But I think we'll come
Yeah.
back to you in just a moment. We'll skip back to the interior of the Lampblack's warehouse, where Tar and Ashlyn are currently.
I just have the worst dice with the luck of these dice rolls.
You do. Well, I mean, it's actually last time you had pretty good dice. It seems to be
Yeah.
one
It's
week.
extremes. Yeah.
Yeah. And we go back to Ashlyn and Tar, who were inside the Lampblack warehouse. And I've completely forgotten what the fuck we were doing. So let's remind ourselves what we were doing.
He had just told us about someone in the Black Dog, a friend of a noble house, had been asking around after us.
Yeah. The noble house, I guess, it wouldn't necessarily take you a massive leap of logic for you. And if you'd got Josh's notes, I think you'd probably figure it out. But as you don't,
Josh's notes. Well, of course, the information would have been given to us, wouldn't they, Josh?
there you go.
That's no good. Quickly type it so I know. Yes, I know which noble house it is and the name.
There was a noble house that seemed to be involved in this.
I do remember
In
you
some way.
speaking about it. It's a name, and
Yeah.
I would probably say it wrong
The
anyway.
symbol was on the book. Yes.
Yeah,
then
so you
Yes.
could pretty much say any name you wanted, and we would have to go. Oh, she's just saying it. She actually means
Yeah, the
That happens a
Fidingamois.
lot.
Fidingamois. Well, see, Josh and his notes, man. Jesus, Josh and his notes.
See,
He's got better
Strangeford.
notes than.
Strangford.
There we go.
Ow! Ow! I've just been attacked by a cat. Sorry. You knobber.
It's right there. Look at that. This guy. This guy.
Oh. It seems.
Now, Strangford, if you remember, it was his coat of arms on the map book that you stole from Leitch's house. I'll give you that.
Have you any idea of his movements, Basil? Do you think we could pay him a visit? Do you have any business with him by any chance? We could perhaps help you with some business you may have with him.
Well, Strangford's on the city council, isn't he? I don't really want to get too involved with that right now.
Oh,
But you knock yourself out.
we probably will.
And if you do, what, are you planning to go look around his house or something?
Well,
Been known to move in certain circles.
if he has something on my new friends, we'd be quite interested to find out what that might be.
But don't forget, he's also got a rather beautiful Leviathan hunter. He's currently sat in the docks.
I've always wanted to go in one of those. Maybe we'll find the code to activate it.
Miss Claremont.
So,
I'll leave you two to it. I'm going to check on our friends outside.
Yeah, he waits as you kind of go to leave. Miss Claremont, I'd like to warn you about getting involved with the likes of that fella. Bad things follow him around, you know.
I'll trust him in the same way that I can trust you.
Well, that would be a mistake. You and me, we got history, you see. Him, not so much.
But Bazo, as much as you are nice to me and you wine and dine me, you have been known to drop me in it.
Well, that's funny, I don't recall any of that.
But our friendship I can understand. Business is business. Money is money.
Look. Just be very, very careful. If he's leading you on a path to take on Strangford, you want to be careful. I won't want to get hurt, you see.
Oh, sweetie, I can look after myself.
Don't doubt it. Strangford's different, isn't he? He's on the council.
I've been known to be able to maneuver myself in them circles, as you know. But if they are following us because of something that we did for somebody else, then I need to find out. And ultimately, if they find out about me, they'll find out about you.
You don't know anything about me, right?
Always. But if you hear anything, then you let me know.
I think a roll is required.
Sway.
Yeah, okay. Let's go with
Oh,
Sway.
consort.
Or either. You can choose.
Go with consort.
Yeah.
Controlled.
Probably. No, this is not controlled anymore. I think this is. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, Pantaroonie.
All he does then is he basically turns his back on you. He's holding his glass of whiskey in one hand, and he goes and he just stares out of the window of his office, but he doesn't reply.
I go over and drape my arm across his shoulder.
He kind of shakes it off.
Bezzo, why would you do that? After all our history.
Why, because you're going to do something stupid and you're going to drop me in it, that's why.
I would not drop you in it. Do you not trust me anymore?
He
Sway.
leans forward and he says, "You've given me no reason to trust you. I have offered you everything. What do I get back?"
My friendship.
Sometimes that's not enough, is it?
Bezzo. Don't be daft now. And I kiss him on the cheek.
He kind of pulls away as you do that. "I think, Miss Claremont, that you better leave before one of us does something we might regret."
Shocking.
Oh, but that's the way it is.
You can rest assured that you will not be dropped in it by myself.
He's just looking out of the window. He's not looking at you anymore.
Please roll rec for emotional damage.
Damn these rolls.
And so, up on the rooftop, clickety click, down through the chimney. No, with old Saint Nick, it almost works.
This isn't where I was going with that.
This figure kind of approaches you, shorter than you. Quite
That's impressive.
Yeah, I'm sure that's never happened before. And he's kind of standing about 10 feet away from you. What a surprise! Seeing you out here. On the rooftop, no less.
I like it up here. It's a nice view. Look,
No
you can see
spot.
everything you want to
Are
see.
you fucking joking?
Well, I mean, you're up here. I assume you're up here for the view.
Well, not quite.
You want to carry on or you want to skip the small talk?
I kind of like the small talk myself.
Well, in that case, look, there's a vendor over there selling donuts. There you go. See? Perfect place to be.
I think we may have gotten off on the wrong foot, you know.
I agree. It's probably because you're asking about me, by name, in a place where I do not want people to know my name.
I am sorry about that, but that's how we find out things, by asking questions.
Sure, and when you come to me, you ask me direct questions. You don't dance about it.
Right? Did you have anything to do with what happened to Leitch?
No. But whoever did, they seem to want it to be on our heads. I assume that's what you and your group are looking for.
Well, he was selling something for us, wasn't he? If it was worth a bit of money to the right person, allegedly. And then you stole it.
That's
Gave it back.
what I do.
Because of that, it would like a word.
All right then. Shall we set a date? How about Tuesday?
I'm assuming that you're not on your own here.
It's a rooftop. I mean, you can see around me.
Yeah, he's looking directly down at the lamp warehouse as he says that. Wait, Tuesday.
And would you want me to be alone?
It's a few days off, isn't it?
Sure, it definitely is.
Time's a wasting. How about as soon as it's come out of there?
Well, I kind of had plans to stay. There's a donut place down there. I want some donuts. I can come and see you in Silkshore when we're done here.
He smiles. You know about it. I suppose you followed me back from the docks, right?
You made it very easy.
Very clever.
I mean, getting in a wagon. You can't see anything around you.
No, that's a good point. That is a good point. Is it you on the back?
It was. I took an injury. I show where my leg's bandaged.
Yeah.
Screwed up.
Well, I am sorry to hear that. Anyway, you know where to find us. Perhaps we'll talk soon, eh?
Oh,
Share a
hey.
donut or so.
We've met twice now. What's your name? I'd stick my hand out, shake his hand.
Yeah. He's... Whoops. Robles is my name.
Thank you. I will definitely have to get the DM to spell it out for me.
It's Robles. Like
you.
Nobles, but with an R.
That's what I thought, but I'd check.
I think maybe at around this point, you may be aware of a fracas that may be in an alley nearby, perhaps. Or maybe you don't.
Yeah, he's
do you
either
reckon?
summoned no ghosts or all of the ghosts.
It wasn't a critical fail. If it was desperate fail, then maybe. Yeah, is the ghost of your ex that's come.
Oh no.
Yeah, and let's see what's happening to our friend Solomon, who's about to run away, but has
Yeah.
failed enough roles to put himself in a desperate position. and
Oh man.
maybe about to be carved into tiny little pieces.
Well, I think with the case of you try to do the thing where you summon, and then you try to be cool. You do the summon,
Yeah.
then you turn and walk away, and then you realize nothing's happening. So it's
I turn around with it all.
go a bit faster. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. So you're running.
Yeah. Are they gonna follow me out into the street in
Oh.
Lamp Black territory?
Well, first of all,
Yeah.
I'm not sure that you would have approached them from the main
Yeah.
out street, so I don't know whether you've come from that direction or from maybe further down the alleyway. So I think that a roll is going to be required here regardless. It's going to be desperate.
Yeah.
We just need to know what it is that you're going to be using to run away with.
Jesus.
The obvious thing is lurk.
Yeah.
Lurk tends to be prowl. Sorry, prowl tends to be
Prowl,
the
yeah.
the any of this kind of physical activity stuff that it tends to be used for. But if you've got something else on your mind, you can describe what
Yeah.
you're doing, and then we can decide what the ability is. That's cool. Describe it to me, Lloyd.
Yeah.
Tell me.
So I think that's the thing. If he's going to be going barreling down an alleyway,
Yeah.
I think he's probably not much of a long distance runner. So I think what he'd probably try and do is pulling stuff down behind him to kind of cause obstructions.
Yeah. So there'll be
I think it's a bit more skirmishy, or I don't know. Would there be skirmish? I don't know. I don't know what skirmish covers.
Ooh,
Kind of that's about just in general, that kind of stuff of just like trying to cause as much of a physical hindrance as possible to slow them down while he tries to get away.
Well, I mean, skirmish tends to be more of a kind
More
of
fisticuffs.
thing, but I guess
Yeah.
I guess this would kind of count in that regard.
Yeah, I need to check what the actual descriptions are for these different.
Yeah,
Get a better idea for them.
I'm you know, I'm going to allow this. I'm going to allow
Yeah.
it because
It's also the only one I've got a pip in, so it's
it's cool. And remember, you can stress yourself or take a devil's bargain. What would the devil's bargain be for something like this? That's a good.
I know. I wouldn't
So
trust
guys,
these guys
maybe,
to come up with
maybe
it.
think about what the devil's bargain could be in this situation, because that could be
He
something
runs
that's
into the
coming
blue
up.
coats that are a blue coat patrol.
A blue coat patrol
at
outside
least-
Landblack warehouse. That's like a bad idea for everybody.
I mean, I could have come up with worse, but I won't mention anything. It's fine.
I have a few ideas, you know.
Go!
No.
Let's see. Would you be willing to take a
devil?
devil's bargain, or to get an extra dice here, or are you going to take an extra 2 stress, or
I might do the stress for the extra dice. I can manage it. I mean, it'll take me up to 6 out of whatever this is, a 9.
6 of 9? Yeah, when you reach 9,
yeah.
that's when you go into trauma
Yeah.
territory.
But then at least when I de-stress, I don't have to worry about what I roll because anything.
That's true, but I'd also like to point out that you're not on a score at the moment.
Damn it.
Yeah.
No.
You don't get downtime after this. No, you don't get downtime.
I might just
left.
YOLO. I might just Because I think the problem is the running into the blue coats would be, or just anyone of any authority at this point would be probably even worse than getting caught by those red sashes. So
yeah.
I probably I wouldn't
Tell you
justify
what.
it as
I
like
tell you
a
what. Then
bargain for a
let's
dice.
take a little break. Let's take a little break while we make a decision about this.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And we'll see what we can come up with.
And we can decide then whether you take a devil's bargain or some stress. But if you take more stress, the next score we go on, you've got no stress leverage.
I'm just gonna YOLO it. That's where I'm leaning at the moment.
Trust the dice. They've never
Yeah.
failed you before.
my 1d
Oh,
my
man.
1d6 on a desperate
Look,
roll.
you've been rolling shit all night. It's
I
time
know.
for a 6.
I mean, that's the thing. I could take the extra dice and still roll 1s and everything. So
Yeah.
So hey, let's find out. Let's take a break,
yeah.
and we will find out soon enough.
Back in
Yeah.
10 minutes or so.
Back in
Look
10
out for
minutes,
this awesome
everybody.
trailer, by the way. There's going to be an
Cheers.
Check
awesome
out the trailer.
Check out the trailer.
Yeah.
Hey,
Welcome back.
welcome back.
Look at
You're still here. Hooray!
Welcome
Hey.
back.
Oh,
We've lost Ange. Ange is here, but not here.
I am here.
Aw.
Sorry.
Everywhere,
You're
nowhere,
here.
baby.
Ange. There she is.
Sorry.
Okay.
I am here. Always here.
Okay.
Just before we go on, I just want to do a couple of shout outs.
Oh,
Yes, do it. Shout out.
reverse.
No, you can put that back. We just want to say a thank you to the support we're getting from everybody, like Keen and that for doing the trailers for us, and some of the other groups, and obviously Borgat for that again, for giving us loads of
Oh, man,
subs. You know,
Thanks,
we
Borgat.
need to give him a little title just for himself there for that. But we've been catching up with a couple of other groups around, and it's things are going like pretty cool at the moment. So I just want to say thanks to people like Keen and
Elvin.
for
Elvin
God's
Curry,
sake,
Yeah.
Elvin Kari for coming in with a raid. Oh no, Keen just subbed another.
Oh man.
So as I was saying, we've been chatting with a group that have been like good. Is it Bam Farm?
Bam 2.
Bam
Yeah,
2.
Bam.
They've been streaming in the week, and they are a really nice bunch of guys. DuckTales, they joined our Discord, Kelly and that in there. They're really good. So just go along, follow them, let them know where you came from, and just support anyone that's doing RPG role playing. Go for it. I think there's some other people as well. Superwolf.
Superwolf.
Superwolf. Oh my god, you need to go see Superwolf when they play because they are just hilarious. They drink, they play dares on each other, and it's just amazing. So look, Mia Nava's on the case. She's shouting him out. I didn't know. So yeah. I mean, we've got all these little different groups going around, and they've all got their own Discords and streams. But that we're all rooting for each other, and we all just like hang out and just have loads of fun. So, but we are looking for
hang
some.
out.
Yeah.
Have lots of fun, and we subscribe to each other's YouTube. And
subscribe to YouTube.
Oh yeah, the YouTube is languishing under 100. Yeah, we need to
Yes,
get to 100.
It is.
I need 100.
So everyone go over
That's
to
a good number.
YouTube. Just press the subscribe button on YouTube, and then all the stories that we've done before you can catch up on and all that. So yeah, go over and do all that. But spread the love, because we are like a very lovely group and all the rest of it. And I've had gin, so it's just a pointless exercise.
she's
Right
just
now.
going around hugging everyone
Nobody
and
mentioned
telling them
gin.
that you're my best friend.
Everybody's
what
my
I'm just
best
doing
friend, and I love
right now.
everybody.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nobody
and
will
go
be
into
paid.
our Discord. We have some games that need some players.
We're looking for players. LFP.
For Vampire, Cthulhu, Mutants, Traveller,
Yeah.
World of Darkness, Vampire, and the other Vampire, and that's as much as my little brain will remember right now. But go to the Discord. It's in the looking for players. I should not
what we're
drink
looking
and
for.
do an announcement. Yeah, Croy, take over.
We are going to the game, and
Oh.
our games master, over to you.
Oh, that's me. Yeah. Now, just before the break, we were going to go and see exactly how fucked up Solomon is about to get.
Not at all.
It's going to be messy.
Got Hail Mary a 6. You can feel
Yeah,
it.
it's
Make
going to
up
be.
for all the
gonna
ones.
be it's got you have one dice.
Yes.
One dice. To
It's
rule
like
them
the
all.
end of a 90s kid sports movie.
Unless anybody want to offer a devil's bargain here, I'm too drunk to come up with one at the moment. So if anybody else has anything, that'd be fantastic.
We're giving a really bad image of ourselves, but
Yeah. You
No,
get an
drinking and
extra
smoking
dice,
is
but Nicholas falls off the roof.
I don't think that's right.
I was distracted by the donuts.
I mean, you gotta make the bargain something I'd accept. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point.
No, I was leaning towards something along the lines of, while he's tipping crates over trying to escape, he tips something over that manages to let him escape, but injures one of the red sashes enough so that they're going to be interested in
vendetta.
finding us.
A vendetta.
finding
Oh,
Solomon.
that's it. I like that.
Oh, I have an idea. Because it could be like, it's got like, it's like, you think it's just like a rack of like random junk, but it's got like a little canister of electroplasm or something.
I
Yeah.
think
Like,
it's
it gets like
a
horribly
rack of-
burned and disfigured, and it kind of becomes like a Phantom of the Opera kind of menace.
Yeah. Ooh, or you upset a crate that's filled with honey badgers.
I don't want to upset a crate. Crates are very emotional.
Honey badgers.
Honey badger.
Yeah.
Very emotional.
I'd love it. A crate full of. I would love a
The
crate of honey
Lamplights
badgers.
have a
It's
very
like,
weird business.
Yeah,
they
very
just-
angry.
They just institute a blockade around the entire district and just until the honey badgers die of old age.
Oh no, it's the Honey Badgers district now. We all leave.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
I wouldn't mind another nemesis.
Honey Badgers.
Oh,
Yeah, but I don't know. Unless the honey badgers are another gang.
No, they are honey
Yeah.
They're
badgers.
also hiding from the. They're also hiding.
we'll be,
They're actually.
we'll be after
they'd
this.
be-
When you let them free.
Yeah, they can be like another gang. Like you find a group of like a gang that's hiding from the red sashes in a crate. You accidentally out them, so now you've got the honey badgers as a gang that's like a nemesis or something.
This was a devil's bargain.
Yeah.
With Chris Packham.
Yeah, I think I quite like the idea of the fact that yes, you are going to something is going to happen which is going to cause one of these red sashes to become obsessed with tracking you down and ending your existence. That sounds
Yeah,
kind of
more so
cool.
than he's currently doing. Yeah.
I mean, well, they don't really know you at the moment, but now this
Yeah.
guy, he will know you, and
Yeah.
will
Whoever you are, I've got a.
Yeah.
He got more than his
You.
red sash.
Yeah.
You there. You left my
Yeah.
red sash at that guy's house. It was my red sash that you left there, and
Had my name stitched on the inside.
That's actually a bit quite a thing where you're just like much regard to your breath. You're just like, oh, I wish I hadn't thrown all those stupid sashes at that fence's house. Like,
I wish I had left all those sashes on that guy that just got brutally murdered.
Yeah. Basically, when you do that, but you're like louder than you think you are, or like you say it rather than just thinking it. And then there's like, one of the guys there who's missing his sash. Be like, oh, you.
It was you!
Yeah.
I left it at the dry cleaners and you took it!
Yeah, that's the guy who shafted us. There you go. How about that?
I'm really confused.
We can work out the details later, but basically, a red sash is going to exterminate you.
Yeah.
Just you.
Yeah.
Is that
Well,
what he's doing?
Is that worth a dice?
My attune check.
I'm very confused.
To be fair, everyone's trying to kill me anyway, so I don't know what,
Yeah, I think we need the confused. There we go.
I don't know what check. I don't have that on. I don't have that skill on my playbook.
Confused.
Is that confuse or Is that?
Yeah.
Do I roll confuse? Or
Now. You were going to roll skirmish or something, weren't you? And you were going to give yourself an extra die by taking the devil's bargain if you wish. But if you do not wish,
and it's also desperate.
it is freaking desperate. And if you fail, you are going to get mullered. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's the thing. Just like you can be like, someone specifically wants to kill you, or they could all kill you. And you're like,
yeah, you could die now.
Yeah, it's a tough choice. I mean, the thing is, if I take the bargain and fail like I've been doing for the entire evening, I don't have to worry about it for very long.
That's a good point. In fact,
Yeah.
that guy gets to enact his revenge on you right now.
Yeah. Why wait? Alright. Hashtag 420.
Here we go.
YOLO.
Look.
Nice.
Oh.
Partial.
Excellent. Okay. So
Yeah,
you
I did roll desperate.
You did roll desperate, so you get to tick the
Prowess.
prowess. You do.
Yeah.
So you run up the alley, yes? What is it you're doing?
Mhm.
You explain to me how you're doing this, because I don't want to make it up. You get to make it up.
Yeah, so the idea was that he's running through the alleyway, like kind of like you kind of see in films and stuff where he's like pulling stuff over, like
Sure.
yeah, like boxes and like stacked shelves and whatever, trying to like create barricades behind him.
Guys walking across with plate
Yeah.
glass between them. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we can hash out the details of like the why. 'Cause you can have the thing where like he realizes, oh, that's the guy that dobbed us in with the fence. which has more narrative implications, or it could be the case of like more short term where, yeah, you throw something smashes and explodes or whatever, and one of these guys gets sort of horrifically like scarred. But I don't know.
Okay, so let's go with that then. So there is going to be something in one of these crates which is going to. Well,
Yeah.
and it could just be that when the crate hits the ground, it shatters and whatever's in it, maybe it's glass, it splinters out and goes into his face.
Yeah.
And yeah, makes a mess of him. And you know these red sashes, they're handsome devils. They don't like it when people mess with their faces.
Oh, wonderful! Now I know how to mess with the rest of them, if that's the truth.
Well, you're asking for trouble.
I mean, yes, specifically.
I bet you managed to kind of get away, but one of them manages to get a swipe out with one of these wickedly curved swords that they have. Manages to kind of catch you. And you're going to take
oh no.
You're going to take some harm.
Yeah.
As he catches you, and his blade goes across your back. As he kind of goes down under this crate, and this glass, all these glass bottles kind of smash and fly up in his face as he kind of hits the deck. He catches, and his blade runs up across your back, and I think. Ooh.
I'm really tempted. I mean, I know it's going to be extremely painful, but there is an opportunity.
You get to resist at a cost of stress, of course.
Yeah.
But, you're going to roll a 6.
Can the resistance be a terrible pun at the expense of my wound? Because I mean, the thing. Because I mean, it is terrible.
It's going to be you're going to roll prowess to resist. That's what's going to happen.
But anyway, yeah. I mean, it might not happen anyway. But like, what would be a severe harm? Would that be like a level 2 or level 3 or?
That a level severe is the level 3.
Okay, yeah. No, I need to resist it then.
You
So
do
that's
need to resist it.
2 stress
you get-
and then roll prowess.
No. What you'll do is you roll prowess. We take the
Yeah.
highest dice, whatever that is. We subtract that from 6, and you take the remainder as stress. Does that
Oh,
make sense?
it's good. Yeah.
So if you roll a 6, you take no stress. And we know that you're going to roll one because you do one, right?
Yeah. This will be the perfect
Yeah.
time.
Wash your fingers.
It would be really cool to get that right. Otherwise, you're rolling up a new character, mate.
Yeah. Oh well. I might as well go out on a high note.
Yes.
Like talk about red sash.
Oh,
More like
and,
a red slash.
Ooh, this is tense. This is tense.
Yeah.
Is anybody else feeling that? I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling
My
it.
shoulders hurt.
Oh, one stress. Well done, that man.
I'm still thinking about the honey
Oh,
badgers,
nice.
to be honest.
Still in the game. But
Excellent.
I mean, we can retcon it later after we've had a discussion about it.
The
feel
guy
sorry
was-
That's
for-
the story we told down the pub.
You've
I
actually
feel sorry for Tar. He's walking
Yeah.
out to all of this.
Yeah, he's about to bump into this.
I mean, I wouldn't. I'd feel sorry for Solomon.
You have escaped, dodging down the alleyways, dragging these
Yeah.
crates and boxes down behind you. But as you run, one of them tries to get a strike at you with his sword. But how do you deftly get out of the way of that then? Is it just a case of
Do a knee slide on like with the, like
Yeah.
leather trousers on a wet cobblestone. I mean, it's not gonna be like completely pain free, but like yeah, like
no? You're not gonna. Yeah.
we kind
I
of
mean-
bend when you like bend back. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I like that
Maybe.
idea. I think you kind of you skid underneath
Yeah.
some of these boxes as they're falling. You manage to kind of slide underneath and get away. And you can hear these guys shouting and cursing you, and one of them yelling in pain and anger as you
Yeah.
disappear down the alleyway. I'm gonna guess that by this point, Tar, you hear this as you step outside the lampblacks. You hear shouting, and also Nicholas, you're gonna hear that from your position up on the rooftop.
Yeah, I might be worth also shouting that there's red sashes in the vicinity to Nicholas and whoever else I find, because they won't want them to be there either.
So as you leave, you're basically just shouting, "Red sashes!"
Yeah,
right next to the lamp warehouse, because
yeah, and pointing at the alleyway.
right.
I mean, I've literally been slashed, so it's like I've kind of got like a bit of credibility about me.
I'm walking
Yeah.
out at this
It'd be
point,
kind of ironically.
Yeah, you are.
it'd be kind
and
of-
I hear
Yeah.
that, and I turn round to the station. You know, the people that are sitting about on the
Yeah,
the,
they've
the,
got-
the sacks, and
Yeah, yep.
and then I say, "Oh, it appears that you have been inveigled by some red sashes. They're just
What the fuck? What?
my friend over there. Looks like he's in a spot of trouble." And he's screaming red sashes at the top of his voice. So are you just that stupid?
It's
that you
also
can't-
bleeding, but you
Oh
know.
my goodness.
I suspect
Um,
that you probably want to move before they make a move, and I will of course back you up. So on you go.
and yeah, they kind of, I mean, they hear there's somebody shouting red sashes as they disappear off into the distance, and they kind of say, right, yeah, sure. They kind of group together, and you see a whole bunch of them just suddenly disappear out of the gate,
I follow them
running
Yeah.
around. Yeah.
towards Solomon.
I would love if they managed to get into a fight and actually kill all the red sashes and be like, well.
Well, they're not going to kill all of them because that would negate
Yeah.
my devil's bargain.
But it's not my fault the devil didn't think ahead. It was in the moment.
Yeah. And so I'm gonna say that basically, Nicholas, you will arrive on the top of the rooftop looking over. And around the same time that Tar and a bunch of lampblacks kind of show up in the alleyway, you kind of see some figures kind of scurrying away in different directions down these alleyways. And the alleyway is a mess. There's lots of broken crates and broken glass and stuff like that kind of down here. A whole bunch of honey badgers just kind of disappear off into the various dark corners of the the alley, and
I appreciate that.
and it kind of goes quiet. There's no sign of Solomon, despite the fact that you definitely heard Solomon shouting. He's disappeared. He's gone, and the other figures just seem to disperse as well. I think there's about 3 of them.
Solomon's gone.
Yeah.
That's not great. I'll try and see if I can spot Solomon somewhere from
Mm.
my perspective up here.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen for the screams.
Yeah, I walked to where I saw him when he was at the alleyway.
Yeah, and so you get to the end of the alleyway there. You can see there's all these broken crates and bits of broken wood and glass and that kind of lining this alleyway, as if somebody has run down this alleyway and perhaps crashed into things and caused them to fall, or even dragged them off, perhaps to evade pursuers. Who knows? But there's no sign. I mean, actually, you find perhaps traces of blood. The alleyway there.
And I look around at the
Yep.
bottom, and I look up, and I look kind of behind crates, and I shout, Mr. Black, are you here?
Am I?
Well, I don't know. How did you run and just keep running, or have you just
Yeah.
run and hid? I mean,
I probably would have kept running. I mean, if I could make a bit of a spectacle of myself, like, it's less likely that they'll follow, because they're definitely not where they're supposed to be.
Yeah. So I guess you kind of, at the earliest opportunity, you kind of make your way up to
Yeah.
the main Pie Street
Yeah, because I know that each of they would be around the warehouse.
Bridge Road. Yeah. So
Yeah.
So yeah, you're probably a little bit further down the road then, I guess. At that point.
Yeah.
Kind of leaning against the wall, kind of breathing heavily after your exertion. And you perhaps from where you were, you kind of did see a group of lampblacks kind of run down towards the alley you were hiding originally. And then they just seem to be kind of milling around there. And then you notice a very tall, gangly figure that's kind of with them, which takes a moment for you to recognize that it's Hart. Up on the roof, you
Yeah.
can also probably make out Nicholas. You knew where he was. And he's looking down from the rooftop as well.
Yeah. I'll try and make my way over to Tar. At least it's the face I recognize.
Yeah, I mean, there's no red sashes here now. They've
Yeah.
all gone. And
Take
Tar,
your
as
time.
yeah, you're waiting for a few moments, and you've found this blood kind of in the alleyway, and then you're aware of Solomon approaching. And Nicholas, what are you doing up on the roof there?
Was looking out for Solomon, but if I spot him coming down the street, I'll just sort of keep an eye down the
Yep.
other roads, look out for any red sashes coming back or anybody else that might be approaching.
Okay. I mean, there are red sashes kind of scattered around. You notice in various from your vantage point up here on the roof, in the streets, and some of them are kind of on the roofs. I mean, you've noticed that the lampblacks and the red sashes calling across to each other, insulting each other, and what have you throughout the evening as you've been sat there. And that's just
Yeah.
kind of gone into the background noise of the whole district, really. And they're
Yeah, I'm
kind
not
of
just looking
still.
for anybody coming towards the warehouse, anybody
Yep.
who looks like they might be trying to continue what was going on with Solomon.
And there is no sign. They appear to have departed after having their presence alerted. Anyway, somebody has been alerted to their presence. So, yeah, you just kind of sat on the roof looking over. You can see Tar,
Yeah.
you can see Solomon, and what were you doing? You had your little discussion with Baz. He's basically said, perhaps you should leave right now. Did you leave right now?
Yeah, I just turn around. I walk back over the table, grab the whiskey, and go, well, That's how you are, Basho, for now. You know where I am. I will see you when you come crawling next time and just walk out.
He's such a user. Okay, and off
No,
you go
he's
with your-
rude to me.
Rude. Anyway, by the time all this is kicking off, you have made your way outside. The courtyard to the Lamblacks is strangely empty, and you can kind of see them all kind of gathered, a bunch of them gathered around. They're probably making their way back by the time you come out. You can make out Tar standing over everybody, and Solomon is far away either, with Nicholas still surveying the area up on the roof, I guess. As he's come down.
No, I'll stay on the roof until I'm sure everybody's clear, and then essentially what I did on the way here, I'll stay on the rooftops and watch them as they go back.
Yeah.
Watch out for any tails.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. So you kind of all meet together, kind of.
Oh well, as I'm leaving the courtyard, I turn around and look up and see Basho still at the window.
Yes, and he is. He is standing there at the window. He's got the glass in his hand, and
The rifle.
perhaps you, as you see him, he's looking almost. You almost feel sorry for him, perhaps. I don't know. This kind
No,
of
I don't.
folk figure. You don't. You're a cow. I forgot. And
No, I take a swig of the whiskey, turn round, look
go.
turn round and see if Tar's nearby.
Yes.
And then I take a swig, put the lid back on, and just hand it to him.
Thank you very much. How is Basil? He seemed a little bit out of sorts.
He has his moments. We got the information we needed this time. He'll be back.
I think he's about to get raided and by the red sashes. It seems those particular swordsmen have a bit of an issue, and they were hanging around. Solomon, are you? You look very badly injured, my friend. What happened?
It's just a flesh wound.
Yeah.
Well,
We got the information we
checking the
needed.
perimeter. I think fortunately I gave as good as I got. But
The Iluvians are a particularly pernicious lot. I'm very happy that you didn't fall.
You don't have phones in this place, do we?
No.
1 second.
Flashback.
I've just invented one.
No, because I was going to turn around to Bazo and go, call me. But I can't do that, can I?
Right, me.
Oh.
Aisling carefully mimes the use of a messenger pigeon.
She sent him a tweet.
That's the you gave. He just looks at you like, huh?
Yeah, I feel the conversation between them has kind of like blurred the lines between roleplay and real life.
Yeah, no, I'm just walking off. I'm sass.
Okay. Right. Alrighty then. So, tell me, what are we doing, Pete?
Well,
I'm gonna go find some bandages.
You actually got away with it, didn't you? You didn't get hit. You
Yeah.
took stress, but you didn't get hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least he had a new shirt.
Yeah. I mean, yes,
Yeah.
probably.
Can't find a blouse like this on short notice.
Once we're suitably out of lamp black territory, and I've made sure nobody's following us, I'll climb down and join the rest of the group and just explain.
Yep.
One of the dates approached me while you were inside talking to Bazo. They want to meet, and he implied that it would be okay for us to walk up. But I'm not that great at the talking. Maybe Aisling, you should come with me.
I don't think Basho dobbing us in any way. He gave us some information. Trying to get my head around this. So he told us of a nobleman's been asking about us.
Yes, it seems that we have a problem with the city councillor.
That makes sense. His symbol was on the book. But the Wraiths thought we were behind Leech's death, which we aren't. As far as I'm aware. I just eye each of them for a second. Anyway, Noble's the one I spoke to. He said they would meet us and discuss, and maybe we can figure out who's trying to pin this on us. Or maybe everybody's just mistaken, but if we're being approached by different people, that would suggest everybody thinks we had a part in this.
And did you?
I mean, we stole the book.
Stole the book for somebody, and then we gave the book to somebody.
We stole the book for Emery Spoil. We gave the book to Emery Spoil.
What
He
was
said
in
he
the
would
book?
sell it on.
But the book had that strange the nobleman's insignia on it.
It did. Yeah.
Yes.
But it was a map book. It had sea change, and I think
Yeah.
Nicholas knew that there was sea change.
Yes.
But now that nobleman is asking for us, so he obviously hasn't got his book back. The Wraiths want the book off us.
No, the Wraiths want to know if we killed Leech.
But weren't
The
they
book's
asking
an
about the
irrelevant
book?
factor in this. They were asking about the book, but the book's an irrelevant factor in this. We can't give them the book. We do not have the book.
But it's because of the book that we've got these two people asking about us.
Yes, but if we go and talk to the Wraiths, we can explain that we do not have the book, we did not kill Leech, and then they can stop bothering us.
And we can
You're
work
the
out
one that's good
why
at talking.
And then we can work out why the nobleman is inquiring after us.
Probably because he didn't get the book.
Are the Wraiths something to do with the nobleman?
Well, that's a good question.
I cannot answer that question.
We might have to find out.
Maybe we should go and talk to them.
I am happy to follow you wherever you go. It seems like getting to the bottom of this mystery would be quite interesting.
Yeah.
And the Wraiths,
Oh.
well, and has Tar met Wraiths in the?
You've not encountered the Wraiths, I don't think. You may have heard of them.
They're
It
big
looks
enough
like.
to have heard of. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're on a similar scale to blacks and the reds, actually.
Yeah.
Um,
Who knows? Maybe the.
So we go to the Wraiths first, or we go to Strangeford?
Yes.
I mean,
Strangeford.
unless you have connections I'm not aware of, I don't think we can get in and talk to Councillor Strangford.
I can move in particular circles. I manage to infiltrate. I fit the part in certain places. Maybe we could find out if there's some kind of society gathering coming up.
a shindig.
You do look the part, I have to say. Very professional. All of you.
These are my
in
work
fact.
clothes. You wait till I get my glad rags.
Yeah. Yeah, you have two courses here to pursue, I think, as far as I can tell.
That'd be cool. I'd like to go and see the Wraiths, but I'm not worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go there first. Because we need to go to the Wraiths first to find out the information about... Ever. Spell out my head.
Well, they were talking about Blake, weren't they? Or not involved in his death.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that have been paying kind of an interest to you, to some of you anyway. How would you want to approach that? I mean, these guys. I mean, you know of them. They managed to pull off. I mean, everybody was talking about the heist when the book was stolen originally. You know, everybody was talking about what a daring heist it had been. That these unknown assailants had descended on this particular. It was a brothel in Night Market and pretty much robbed everybody. And just happened to have, there just happened to be somebody there with this particular book, this map book that had Strangford's insignia on it, and they took it. So you know that these people they're good at what they do, are particularly daring, and possibly in a similar line of work to yourselves. You know that they operate out of Silk.
Shall we arrange a meeting?
Yes.
The nobles seem to imply that the meeting was already arranged at the time of our choosing. We just walk up and, say hello. But, Tar, you mentioned smokes before, chemicals creating smokes. How long would it take you to set up something like that?
I'm very close to where I can make such things. Not a difficult task. What have you in mind?
This is something you've done before as well, Tari, isn't it? So I think this is, yeah.
I've seen the Lair of the Wraiths. They are based in a watchtower, separate to the buildings around it. If we need to get in and out quickly or stealthily, if something goes wrong, the smoke would be a good cover.
Well, as long as we don't meet in the next couple of hours, I could meet you back here, or close by, with myself prepared.
We can make them wait a couple of hours.
Okay.
Are we doing this as a job?
I will go and return to my laboratory if I still have it, if it's still accessible to me.
I don't even think either lab.
Okay. Well, you're breaking up.
Yeah, I think you've done this kind of stuff before.
Yeah. Okay.
You're an alchemist. Okay. You're an alchemist.
Yep.
I don't think this would be too much of an issue, but you've probably already got the stuff you need to do this.
Okay.
And if you wanted to if you're doing this as a score, might be something you want to save for a flashback. I don't know.
Well, yeah, well, it could be, yeah. Only the flashbacks tend to end badly in terms of stress, but yeah. I can do that.
I'm not suggesting for any reason. But that is a possibility for you. I'm just pointing that out.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Whether or not you were intending to kind of use this as a score.
If I use it as a score, then I'll include that in my loadout when the time comes.
Yeah.
The score is, let me get this straight in my head.
Yeah.
After gin. Score is we're going to go to the Wraiths
and make them
gather
talk.
what information we can get from them. Is that a score?
Well, this is
score is gaining information.
I mean, I think you could work it either way. The idea being that, it's not so much a heist necessarily, unless it will require rolls.
It's not a heist, but it's a score. It's a social score.
Yeah,
we're going to go in and have a chat.
Agree.
And if it goes wrong, we might be going in and having an escape very quickly out the window.
Yes. Because it could be a trap.
Yeah. If it's a trap, we bring slip. Oh wait, never mind.
Mm.
If it's a trap, we go very quickly out window.
Okay. Let's go to the Wraiths then.
Let's do it.
Are we all happy with that?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the worst that could happen.
Death.
You had to ask.
Multiple deaths.
I mean, this has already felt like a score for me. Like, yeah.
Yeah, you've already a bit of a battery.
We scored
Could use some
honey
downtime
badgers.
before we get anything else.
Yeah, it's. We have to kind of decide what kind of score it is, and we kind of decide what kind of advantages you might have when you're undertaking it. And what kind of bonuses we can get for your engagement roll, and what position you kind of start the score in. Yes.
What kind of scores do you have when you say what kind of score it is?
Yeah, so it tends to be is it like assault, deception, stealth, occult, social? I think it probably
Social.
is.
Social.
Or transport.
Initially
So I think,
social.
yeah, I think you're probably right. This is what it sounds to me. This is a social thing: negotiate, bargain, or persuade. The idea is that you are trying to slate. Is that right?
Yeah. Or at least we've been told to talk to whoever leads the rates. We
Yeah.
haven't had confirmation if that's Slate or not, but
Yeah.
that's how it works in theory.
Okay. Then we kind of decide on the engagement role whether is it particularly bold or daring what you're doing.
No.
They sort of invited us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not very
it's
bold.
not overly complex.
We just don't lead
Yeah.
very exciting lives.
Yeah,
I
just
said, we'll come over, and he said, yes, you should come over.
yeah. Come to play at our house.
So what are the
Um,
options? So it's bold, daring.
Yeah, it's not particularly bold or daring what you're doing, I guess. Does the plan's detail expose any vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're the weakest?
It might, because they're base. And if we find something
Is
while
their
we're
base? It is, yeah.
there, then it could work to our advantage in the future that we know something about them that we could then use against them.
Well, on top of that, we'll learn hierarchy at least. We'll learn who
Yeah.
their leader actually is, or who they're passing off as their leader. We'll learn something about their numbers. How many rooms are occupied, how many people are there, how many guards are inside. So yeah, we'll be learning some information relevant to the rates.
Yeah. Yeah, I think because it's their home turf, that's a double-edged sword, isn't it?
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe we plus dice from learning information, minus dice from it's
I'm gonna
literally
give you
their base. So
Yes, but I will give you a plus because you, Nicholas, have kind of you've got a +1D because you've scoped it out already. You know kind of a little bit about their base. You know where it is. You know the area around it.
And they know we're
Well,
coming.
perhaps escape routes or anything like that. You may have been able to spot those.
He's
Um,
definitely not a double agent.
Yeah, he's definitely.
it'd be
not-
much more
not a
awkward
double
social
agent.
encounter if they didn't know we were coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just knock on the door and go, "Hi, we're a rival gang. We'd like to talk to
Hi.
you. Have you read this book?"
So I think we're gonna. I think it's gonna be. I'm gonna roll one dice anyway for sheer luck. It's not overly complex, so we won't get a bonus die for any of that. It's not contingent on many factors, particularly bold or daring. Plans detail expose vulnerability potentially, but also it is their home turf, so I think that
Yeah.
negates that. Any friends or contacts can provide aid or insight in this. Checked.
You might cut out over most of that bit.
Did I? I'm sorry. There's nothing that your contacts or anything. We haven't consulted any of them to see if they had any particular insight they could offer on this.
Nah. I don't have anything.
Yeah.
No, I don't have anything.
and they are higher tier than you. But
Oh, you drop that in now.
But no, I've already said they're on the similar scale to the lamp.
I mean, we're
blacks
literally
or-
just talking to them, so let's not do
Yeah, and I think
anything
that basically will negate
rash,
that
like
because
letting Angie sass them or something.
yeah, well, that's going to happen anyway. So I think we're just going to run one dice and we'll see where you start. What are we at? We've rolled a 2, so you're going to start in a desperate position. So something is going to happen, and I think what that thing will be, as you kind of you approach the Wraith's tower, the Silk Shore, and you're stopped as you're approaching their tower. There's a group of bluecoats. And they stop you in the street as you're kind of approaching. You've got to decide loadout, by the way, guys, as well. What are you going in with?
You don't have to say what we're going in. We just need to say where we're going.
Whether you're going light,
Um,
standard, or heavy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that depends. That will allow you so many kind of slots.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
retcons.
How do we
what
change
stand?
it on this sheet?
You don't do it that way. You basically will just specify it.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's
and-
not different.
And you just will allow up to 3 items.
Number of
per
X
item.
items.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
going heavy.
You're
I'm going
heavy.
standard. What standard? 4, wasn't it?
Standard. But whatever it is, yes. And
Yeah, it's when you do your flashbacks and things.
yeah. But you're going in kind of light. You don't look like you're a criminal. You go in
Yeah.
kind of standard. You look like the kind of people that might be doing up to no good.
If you
and
go in heavy.
Fucking hell. It's a bit like in Payday when you're the guy wearing the bulletproof, the bomb-proof armor, walking down a street.
Oh God.
Well, nah, but Tarzan.
Didn't he have a big coat? He
Yeah.
had a big coat, didn't he? All his
Tarzan
stuff's
leaks.
underneath.
All these stuff's in his coat. It's just it's.
That's not how it works.
Is it
I'm
not?
afraid.
Okay.
The fact is, you look tooled up like you are on an
Okay.
operation.
Okay,
So
I'll deal with that.
now knowing that, that's entirely up to you. If you want to
No,
stick
I'm
with that,
sticking with it because it sounds fun.
that's cool. And I imagine.
I think
what's
this is
everybody
why
else
we're in a
doing?
desperate situation. I'm going to be
I
like,
got a sneaky feeling that that's why they've stopped you. That's what I'm going
Yeah.
with at the moment.
we're all in light
Um,
like equipment, and he's the one who's like built like Batman.
yeah.
Great.
And
He's not carrying anything.
and-
He's just,
and Tar,
a
of
bit
course, he
round.
stands out. He's very tall. He's very gangly, and a group of bluecoats. They were kind of patrolling the streets here in Silk Shore as you're making your way down the road, and they kind of double take when they see you, and then kind of step out in front of you and say, basically, hello. What's going on here then?
Nothing. We're just going to visit some friends.
They look Tar up and down as you say that, with his bandoliers and bandolier, and these various different bits of equipment that he's carrying. Friends.
How many blue coats is there?
There's 3 of them.
I've been hired to make sure that anything that happens is very minimal on the side of my friends here. I am their protection. You see, I don't fit with them. I've been hired. That is all.
Protection. What do you think they need protecting from? I
Sir,
mean,
look at me.
here, I'm looking at you, miss.
He's a bit of a paranoid sort.
This
Don't pay-
city is full of crime. I hire him to protect me from criminals.
I'm thinking that we need some kind of role.
I'm gonna.
Now, I don't mind whether Tar's spoken, whether he wants to make it, or whether Ashley wants to make it, or whether this is going to be some kind of
Sway.
team effort.
I'm gonna try and sway him that I'm some kind of like art dealer, kind of like, and this is protection because I'm well-to-do, and I'm gonna sass him out as if I'm like, how dare they speak to me?
Yeah.
Don't they know who I am?
I guess the big burning question, though, is if he's here to protect you, why is he not carrying an absolute shit ton of weapons? He's carrying weird chemicals and shit. But let's go with it.
One of those weird sex parties.
This is going to be desperate, isn't it?
I'm
Is
gonna.
it? Oh
I'm
shit!
gonna keep myself on the other side of the group to these guys. And the policeman.
Effect limited then.
There's 3 of them. You're trying to sway them. I think yes. Let's say it's limited. You can push it. Remember, you can push yourself a stress to give yourself.
Okay, 1 stress.
No, you take 2 stress. You don't get to choose.
No, it wasn't. That was a question. 1
Yeah.
stress. So that gives me 1 extra die. Yeah.
That will give you an extra die. Or you can push yourself to increase the effect. Oh no, sorry, don't do that. I'm lying. You can.
Oh, I pressed it by accident.
That's all
I
right.
pressed it by accident. It was a total accident, so I need to redo it.
Of course,
Oh dear,
The-
we're so screwed.
the program knows
Worth a try.
that you pressed it completely by accident, and the result was completely different because it was an accident.
What happens? It's a failure.
Hey, yeah, that is.
It's not just a failure; it's a monumental failure.
Yeah. You suffer severe harm, a serious complication. occurs.
Oh crap!
I think Tar's going to be getting those chemicals out a bit sooner than expected.
Ironically, did they just arrest and they arrest her, not him?
No, I think what happens is,
Oh god!
almost
Personally
without
tries to
you
intervene.
realizing it, a wagon just kind of draws up behind you, and
My god!
a bunch more blue coats climb out, and yeah, there's a lot of them. And they all kind of surround you.
Bloody hell. He's
And,
not
making
and
it
they
that
say
smoke stuff.
something along the lines of, perhaps you wouldn't mind climbing into the carriage and we can go and discuss this somewhere else.
For what reason?
He looks at you and says, because we're the fucking law.
What are you arresting me for? I'm just walking down the street.
I'm sorry, miss. Did I give you the impression you're under arrest?
Can I call for a flashback, please?
Go for it.
Fucking hell! I don't know what to say. Help!
Flashback is that I issued masks to the 4 of us, and
Okay.
one of my chemicals
Preparation.
Yay, the smoke.
is either smoke or something, but it's also it's mildly it gives like really bad cough. Like when they breathe it in, it's a terrible cough.
It's like-
and
Kind of like a
Mustard
tear
gas.
gas type. thing.
right,
Yeah,
yeah,
kind of.
something
Yeah.
like that. And it so yeah. So the flashback, how much is that going to cost me for?
That's going to cost you.
Shit. Who
15
got into the
stress.
score?
I don't think it's masks that you would give them. It's probably they've got bandanas and you just gesture and they pull them up over their faces.
Yep.
It's probably something along those lines as
Fine,
opposed to
whatever.
actual masks.
Yeah. Just
And yeah, masks soaked with water
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
And that's going to cost you 2
done.
stress, I think. Yeah.
So I just say and I cough and I pull up
Yep.
and I make sure the other guys can see it.
Yeah.
And out of my sleeve of my jacket, I just pull with my finger on some thread, and in one action, the thread looses the tight of my sleeve, and it just falls down at my hand in my
Yeah.
sleeve, and I just raise my hand up, and it slides out my sleeve and lands, crashes. The chemical reaction takes place as soon as it hits air, and the smoke rises all around us in a big voluminous cloud.
All right. Okay. I think. Yeah. What ability do you want to use for that?
Tinker.
Okie
Please remember
dokie.
one.
I
Like,
think.
oh no, he accidentally
remember,
pulled out
it's,
the acid
it's
gas.
desperate. So you do get to tick your little marker as well, and just don't forget you got on sway. You got to tick that your
Ticked it.
thing
Okay.
for sway as well, which
It
is on.
goes.
Resolve.
It's desperate. Effect is.
Now this is a gas thing, isn't it? I think there's a number of them around. Think it will be limited. If you wanted to increase the effect,
Yep.
you can make it more desperate, can you? That's the problem.
Can I increase the effect though?
Can
to
we
standard?
assist?
Sorry, what was that?
We assist.
But how would you assist? What would you think you'd do?
You could have one as well. They could all. Everybody could be fitted with
Oh,
one.
I was thinking I could throw trans powder at the ones nearest me as well.
I think you could do that. I think you would have to take some stress as well. I'm not sure if it's 1 point or whatever. We'll say it's 1 point of stress. I'm going to assist.
Okay.
Can I push myself to bring the effect up to standard?
Yeah.
Is that 2 points of stress?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I don't know the rules, but let's.
Wow.
That's
You'll have
cost
new
me-
characters.
That's cost me 4 stress just for that, just to get away from the police.
Shit.
Right, here goes. 6.
Hey! Do I roll because I use the trans, or is it?
No.
No.
We're just gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have
I
given
was
you a
shocked.
bonus dice for that, but if you wanted to roll another 6, I'd let you get another 6, because if you do, that's a critical.
I'll roll -1 dice, which will roll 1, I think.
Okay.
No.
It's not. Okay, it's fine. So we rolled a 6, and there's this cloud of gas around, it kind of just billows up around these guys, and you've pulled the bandanas up over your faces, and you kind of see them sort of double over. A lot of these guys that it starts off with these ones around tar, suddenly start doubling over and start coughing their guts up. And then before long, it kind of spreads out to the kind of the rest of them. You have a crowd of these guys that are just kind of coughing, and they're like reaching out towards you as you kind of step away from them. Just doubled up. Some of them kind of laying on the floor there. You just hear them coughing, their eyes watering.
I think we should move now.
Are we near the tower? Are we near the Rafe's place?
Yeah. By the way, that was desperate, not a risky roll as well, Croy. So you get to tick the.
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought I
yeah,
said. I
yeah.
thought I said. I have ticked it though. I've
fine.
got one on the
Yeah,
inside.
no. You're not too far.
Steal
You're
the
kind of down
wagon.
the road.
Oh yeah, steal the wagon.
Good idea, Pale.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we're not going to steal the wagon. We just want to go and see the wraiths. We don't need to arrive
Yeah.
there. And
I think I know. I really like the idea of you rolling up in a blue coat wagon outside the race. I think,
Yeah.
What could
Maybe
possibly
there's
go
like a-
wrong?
I mean,
Well,
and
people
leave it
definitely-
outside
they're
so
a
it wouldn't be
larger
obvious
outfit.
where we are.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's a larger outfit, so they may be able to make use of it as like a gift.
to be fair, that is what I agree. Tar would actually want that kind of wreckage and carnage. That's very much his thing.
Okay.
Because he is all about that level of mayhem. Mayhem is his thing. So yeah, he I'll take that. He walks over to the wagon. What sort of wagon is it anyway? What's it powered by?
It's basically it's a
Goat.
goat drawn wagon.
Oh, but will the goats be all right though? Because
got two
are they
goat
in the
power.
smoke?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
they don't. Yeah, no, they were set back. They
Yeah.
were
Okay.
fine. They don't care.
How
Let-
fast is this goat wagon going to go as away?
Two
I
goats.
mean,
Two
goats
of
can
speed.
outrun you.
We will
Um,
find out when you roll. So you Tar climbs on. Does he climb onto the driver's kind of
Sure, why
part
not?
of the? He's going to drive. He's gonna
If
drive.
anybody else wants to take over and say, budge over or whatever, I'll do this. But otherwise,
Yeah, I don't think I'm any good at that.
Who knows? I mean, it might be your thing. What's everybody else doing?
I was trying to get everybody to rush down the alleyway, but seeing that Tar's nicking a wagon, I guess I'll motion everybody towards the wagon.
Oh my god, carry blades in the dark.
um,
We're
Okay.
pinching a goat.
I am not
Wagon.
boarding the
It
wagon
kind
for
of-
reference.
Okay, so you head towards the wagon. You see Tar climb up onto the top of it. The blue coats are kind of reaching out. You hear one of them shouting, "Stop! Stop! Stop! Stop!" As you climb on board, and yeah, you are climbing onto the wagon. The goats are ready. They're eager to move. What's Ashlyn doing?
I'm a little bit shocked at Tar jumping on the goat's wagon, and I assess how far. So how far away is the Wraith's tower?
Less than a mile. Perfect.
As much fun as it would be, I don't should get on the blue goat's wagon.
let's go. And I whip
Where is
the
it?
I whip the goats.
And
If
they
we
go.
steal the goats, they
Right.
can't use goats to chase us.
Okay, I jump on the back of the wagon.
Yeah.
Okay,
we're
so
gonna
you climb into
suddenly become the river goat.
So
We'll need
River
to change a little
goats.
bit of the sign. We'll be fine.
Ashley's on. Solomon, are you joining?
I mean, if everyone else is going, I mean, I don't really have much choice.
We haven't established whether or not Nicholas is going on the wagon.
He said he's not.
He said he wasn't.
Okay, I'd rather walk then. I mean, I mean, I would literally.
Just gonna
I'm
walk
not
away
intending to
from
walk.
Yeah.
I know.
Gonna-
I kind of vague. Nicholas knows where he's going. I mean, I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys do.
We'll talk about it.
I'm pretty sure that
Yeah,
they would
figure it
have
out,
just
yeah.
looked at us. By the way, folks, this is what happens when you split the party.
Yep.
Split the party.
Here we go.
No, they're running alongside of the goat wagon with us.
Right.
No, we just
No,
walk
I'll
him.
say to Solomon, I'll say, get on the wagon. I'll lead the blue coats away when they recover.
Oh, I like it. I
He's
like
gonna go
it.
snitch on
That's
us.
so-
He's gonna go snitch on us to the wraiths. Like,
If required, I will
I knew
point
it.
Tar towards the large tower that we were already approaching.
Yes, of course you do. And
If
Tar,
that
you see it.
information is needed.
Looming in this ruined tower, the top of it kind of is fallen apart a little, but you can see this thing silhouetted against the black sky. It's going to be great.
yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
Exactly. Nothing.
A tower's
Rachel, I
never a
thought we
bad
haven't
omen,
even
I don't
got
know
to
what
the
you mean.
score yet.
When we just before we arrive, I say, we're almost here. Everybody, jump off. We'll have to walk the last of it. I'll ditch the cart. And I unhook the goats, and I just go to where the nearest water is, and I launch the
And there's
cart
water
over.
all over this
Yeah,
place.
I just launch it over the edge
canal.
into the canal.
Just let the goats go.
Yeah, let the goats go in the town. That's
Oh.
mayhem.
Yeah, and so they disappear off in different directions. These goats, as you kind of shoo them on, and then perhaps with a bit of help from somebody, you get the carriage over the edge into the canal, where it kind of sits there floating, just kind of on the top of the water. And the tower there's like an alleyway that leads down away from the main street alongside one of these canals. The tower is kind of resting it's kind of on the edge of town near the shore.
Yeah.
Kind of this kind of top corner bit. Don't have pink on this. Here, about here.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah,
Woo.
sounds good.
And kind of make your approach after ditching the carriage into the water.
The goats are running around just freely.
And the goat's just going crazy, and there's perhaps a few people chasing after them as well, because they're quite valuable.
Meals on legs.
Exactly. You approach the base of this tower. It looks fairly deserted. It is an old watchtower from years and years ago that's kind of been abandoned. And I set back on the edge of the water's edge. The top part of it has fallen away into the bay at some point. Ivy has kind of grown up. This kind of blackened, twisted ivy comes in for plants around parts of the city here. There is a dull glow somewhere near the top, maybe from a fire or something. A lantern. But you're standing there at the base.
Doesn't look like much of a base.
Oh, it's still a lot bigger than ours.
It's probably about 4 floors.
Well, they know we're coming, so just walk it. What I assume looks like the door.
Yeah, there is a door at the bottom. It looks more like a boarded up kind of thing. Like the door has been removed a long time ago, and somebody basically hammered boards across it. So as you kind of approach it, you're kind of thinking, how am I going to get in there? But as you get closer, you kind of swings open on a hinge that you didn't see.
Ah, sneaky. Sneaky. Who do we see?
You see, there's a figure in it. He's wearing like an eelskin suit. It's kind of a dark grey. There's a hood, and like something covering the lower part of this face. You can just make out these eyes, blue eyes, kind of looking over the top of this mask as they kind of survey you. And then they disappear up this like a spiral staircase, which is inside. They just run up.
Is it like normal human blue eye color?
What was that? Oh, human. Yeah. The eyes.
Yeah,
were,
is it just regular blue? Just regular blue. Okay.
Yeah. It weren't glowing or anything weird like that.
Oh, that's good. Nothing. That's one less thing to worry about.
Oh, we'll shut the door then, yeah?
It's only polite. It's whoever locks it should just make a note of how to close it. Yeah.
Yeah. On the inside, as you step in, there is basically a couple of handles that somebody kind of just pulls, and it kind of slots into place.
Yeah.
But there's not much light as you close that door. But you can make out in the shadows this staircase kind of leading up.
Not a very sociable bunch, are they? Ah.
With a name
Really,
like the Wraiths, they probably prefer the shadows. Or the dead. Or both.
Just head up the stairs. Oh, have a quick look around. Is there any candles or anything? Might be able to use the light.
There isn't. Did you bring one?
No, I wasn't expecting to pull around in the dark. Just to head up then.
All right. So, are you doing anything in particular? Is it head up the stairs, or are you just?
I head up the stairs, but I do make sure that I have my simple fighting knife.
Yeah.
handy.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
Yeah, following.
Yeah, I don't need any weapons.
Okay. You head up the stairs. The first floor, as you climbing up, you can make out the remnants of wooden floorboards there that have obviously fallen through at some point and dropped down into the to the ground floor. There's nothing there. The staircase kind of spirals up around the outside of the wall interior. And as you kind of making your way up, Ashley, are you leading the way, Ashley?
Yeah.
So in the light, in the dim light that's kind of coming down from above, you kind of make out it looks like a tripwire or something like that going across the stairs.
I step back and step to the side. Let the guys.
I mean, you are basically, it's like a 3-foot wide stone staircase that is going up. Handrail or anything on one side, the floor has fallen away there, so it's basically.
I literally stand against the wall and nod down to this.
Yeah. And as Aisling points this out to you, you all see this thing. There's a slight glint, perhaps. The light coming down from above.
Just carefully step over it if we have to go that way.
This is either something they put in for everybody, or something that we for us. Step over it. We start to walk a lot more
Make sure
slower
we're going the
and
right way.
carefully, and keep an eye on everything. So it's like just sort of doing like a survey of the situation. And
Okay, let's have a roll then. I like the way you said that.
Oh, but I don't have survey.
Well, it doesn't mean you can't do it, kiddo.
Yeah. This is very,
Ski.
Now remember, it's desperate at the moment.
yeah. This is where like a battering ram comes out of nowhere and she gets launched off into outer space.
Oh shit!
Shit.
Now, what you forgot to remember is you could push yourself for stressing out a bonus.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah. but you-
1 stress.
2 stress.
No, but then that only leaves me 3 stress left.
Three's a good number of stress to have left.
It's the magic number. Yes, it is. Magic number. It's up to you. You don't have to do it, but we're
No,
taking
I'm
that
not
roll
going
if you do.
to.
We're taking that roll.
No.
We're taking your failed roll, is what you're saying.
Oh, bugger it. Alright, I'll stress it. So I'll take 2
Okay.
stress.
And
You get to
another
roll.
two.
You get to roll. But you get a bonus die, don't you?
So
So you're not rolling 0. You're rolling 1 die.
I'll just roll
Um,
1.
It's still desperate, and it's.
Yay!
Oh, look at that!
It's a 6.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
So as you kind of make your way up these steps, you kind of have figured out that every 12 steps, there seems to be something that's been set up. Like one of them is like a pressure. One of the steps, it kind of slightly gave under you as you put your foot on it, but you stop yourself before you glide all your pressure. There's another couple of tripwires. There's a whole bunch of these different kind of traps that you seem to have spotted as you're making your way up, as you negotiate your way up to the 3rd floor. And that says you kind of your head comes up and you can see the light ahead of you, and you can maybe there's probably about 5 or 6 of these things, different traps on your way up. And as your head emerges,
OCD security guy.
yeah, you can see there's a bunch of people that are kind of sat around on bits of rubble inside the tower. There's there's actually some furniture up here as well. And as your head kind of pokes up through the door, you just hear somebody going,
What did they hear like?
The golf clap.
Oh, clapping. Right.
"Welcome!" You hear a voice. It's quite high pitched.
It could have been a bit more welcoming, you know.
Well, we had to see whether or not you were going to be worthy.
I wonder how many new recruits you probably lose on the stairs up to your face for the test.
Oh, we've lost some, obviously. Yeah, sure. But that's what it's for. Still, it's very good of you to stop by. Come on in.
I step through the door.
I follow.
Yep.
The one place you didn't check for traps.
Shush, you.
Yeah. We were told that you might be showing up sooner or later. Robles said. It's good that we finally get to meet. There's a very thin, quite short person. You figure maybe they might even be a young teenager, maybe?
What's this room like? Is it as dilapidated as the things that we saw on the way up?
It is fairly dilapidated. The floor above is the fourth floor. The floor that's basically the ceiling. You know that above that, the rest of the tower is kind of ruined. It's warm up here. There's kind of light. There's some lanterns that are kind of scattered around. Nothing particularly fancy. Shelf full of books over in one corner. Table that's got a couple of people sat at it. The person that's speaking to you is kind of leaning up against some kind of rubble that's kind of acting almost like a chaise longue, if you like, for this person as they're kind of laying on it and looking across at you, resting their head on their arm. They're all wearing these kind of eelskin suits. They're all wearing hoods. Their faces are covered. You can't really make out too much apart from the fact that you just make out their eyes.
You wanted to see us?
Well, to be honest, we've been watching you for a while now.
Why?
Well, probably because you stole something that we were trying to sell. Then, poor Cedric got cut to pieces. We wondered if it was you to start with. I mean, Cedric, he was a shit, to be honest. But housekeeper and his manservant, they hadn't done anything.
We thought it
Unfortunate.
was you guys.
Got paid to do a job. You did a job.
Does that include slaughtering people
No.
and cutting them into pieces?
I mean, that
throwing them in
wasn't
a
us.
can?
Like, we thought it was you guys or somebody.
Us? No, Leitch worked with us. He was selling the book for us.
Well, you're looking at the wrong people.
We thought,
We got paid to
Yeah,
get
I
a
thought-
book. We got a book. We did the job. We walked away. What happened after that? No idea.
that someone else was after the book. Like, we figured that Leitch had like gone bad at you guys because he'd, let things slip out of his hands. But being as if it wasn't you guys and it wasn't us, and there's a third party out there that we need to figure out.
Well, Yeah, I mean that much is pretty obvious. I mean, we've watched you guys for a while. You didn't seem the type to be putting people into pieces anyway.
Depends how much we're paid.
Oh, the
Yeah.
person sits up.
Some of
Well,
us, apparently.
Yeah, you pointing at you, Simon.
Yeah.
You you have some skill with the arcane, right?
Yeah. I have some experience with the ghost field, yes.
Well, that's interesting. You see,
Why?
that's well. I mean, we're a pretty tight outfit. We lack anybody that has that kind of knowledge. Yeah, we could use somebody that knows that kind of stuff. That's why we approached Leitch in the first place.
Yeah.
But you didn't kill Leitch. We didn't kill Leitch.
No.
Well, that means somebody else did. Now, that to me sounds like somebody clearing house, right? Did you take a
Potentially.
look at the book?
I didn't. But we don't know if it was whoever owned the book previously or someone else. Good.
Hmm. Yes, they did.
Yeah. Did you guys steal the book from someone else, or were you just acquired it
Yeah.
by some other way?
Well, you probably heard about the little heist that happened over in Night Market.
The brothel one.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
us. That was us. We took the book.
Why?
Well, there was somebody in there who just happened to have it. We took everything. we robbed them blind. All the clients.
Yeah.
You had no idea what this book was.
No, we didn't.
Then you gave this book to Leach.
Well, we knew that it would have value to somebody. Well, we just didn't know what it was at the time.
And we
Yeah,
got
so
asked
that
to,
might be a good place to start. But Karen.
and then we got asked to steal the book, which then caused Leach to die.
Well, you stole the book. You gave it to Emrys Boyle, right?
New information.
Word gets around.
And how did you know we sold it to him?
Emrys Boyle works for the Hive.
Yeah.
Oh, they're friends with?
Enlighten us.
Lord Strangford.
Who owns the book?
Yeah.
So was he at the brothel?
His son, to be honest. His son's a ship captain.
Right.
He runs the Leviathan Hunter that they've got. The big one.
But
Yeah.
it starts to indicate where we go next.
He had the book. He had the book. We don't know what it was, as I say. It was just something that we figured would be worth something to somebody. Leitch seemed to know the kind of people that would be interested. I guess he just asked too many questions in the wrong places. Hive found out. They hired you to take the book. I assume it ended up back at Strangford's place, but I don't know. Who knows with the Hive? They friends of yours?
Are they sure?
Who? The Hive?
The
The
Hive.
Hive.
Does
Don't
it look like we're
think
friends with the Hive?
so.
Now the Hive, you paid them when we created the crew. You paid them
The
a
very beginning.
coin for them to allow you to operate on their turf.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We have a license agreement. But I wouldn't say we're exactly friends.
Mm.
Business arrangements, you know how it is.
Yeah, sure. Oh. Anyway, let's assume then that Emrys Boyle gave the book to the Hive, who gave the book back to Strangford. Why would Strangford kill Leitch?
And this is worried that Leitch has seen what's in the book
Just some sea
and
charts.
is trying to suppress that knowledge. Maybe it's something you didn't see when you looked in the book.
I mean, Nicholas knows what was in the book. He saw him. He looked.
Nicholas.
Whether or not he's volunteering that information, though, is up to him.
I mean, it sounds like it's just been dropped in it, but
No, I just said the general sea charts.
yeah. I'm guessing it's to try and stop anyone from knowing what's in the book would be the obvious guess. I mean, I think they kind of didn't want us to open the book either and just deliver it unopened. So
Kind of makes you want to
I'm
steal the
guessing
book back to find out what the big kerfuffle is.
Well, wouldn't that be a lark?
stay tuned.
It's the same score again.
No, it'd be a little bit different, more difficult, I think.
Yeah.
Leitch is not Strangford.
It's a
I've
shame
noticed.
we're not being paid to steal the book back. Otherwise, we don't need to steal it back.
Don't you?
I mean, I imagine you could probably pilfer a number of things in some rich kid's house.
I mean, he has the right of it.
We can steal things from anywhere.
That's true.
Just getting that book back is what? What are we gonna get from that?
I don't know.
What's in it for us?
I mean, it's clearly worth killing over, so there's going to be something important in it.
Yeah. Maybe, if you have it, they're less likely to kill you because you have it.
Or they'll kill us to get it.
Oh, there's that, I suppose.
I mean, if people are being killed for stealing the book, it doesn't seem like a good idea to steal the book to stop people from trying to kill us.
Oh, but it means that it's worth something.
How much is it
Worth
worth
it.
to you?
Fuck all to me. I don't own a ship. But that doesn't mean that it's not worth something to somebody. Is why we hired Leitch.
Yeah, and hopefully
And
we
then
did
you
a
guys
top
come
cover
along
our
and fuck
tracks and
everything
Leitch.
up.
I mean, it doesn't sound like he was very good at covering his footsteps.
No,
If
to
they...
be honest, he was a bit of a dick. I know, maybe, do you know anybody that might be interested in buying a book like that? I suppose really we need to know why a book of sea charts would be so sought after.
Yeah. I mean, I spent a fair bit of time around the docks. You probably have like the Foghounds or someone else along that kind of likes who might be interested, or at least know someone who could offload it.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway. You think you can get it back?
Give it a shot. Why not?
Not sure what it'll achieve. How much is it you're going to pay us to get this book back?
I think they're going
Doing
to
it
try
for
to pay us.
nothing.
I think the idea is we steal it and we sell it to somebody.
Yeah.
Essentially pay
Why
ourselves.
don't? Seeing as we already stole it,
Yeah.
and you fucking kind of owe us now.
No, we don't owe you anything because we were just doing a job for somebody else.
Yeah, but you
Should
took
have
the
hung
book
on to it
from-
better.
Yeah.
We could point you to a
your
new fence
valuables
that's
to a
slightly more
fence who was
reliable.
not. You give your valuables to a fence who was not suitably prepared for somebody taking those valuables back. That isn't on us.
We're all in
Just
here to make
say-
money. You did a job.
Just
We did a job. We all got money.
Hmm. If I already stole the book, you stole the book back and gave it back to the guy that we stole it from. So you steal the book back, and then we split whatever we make. How about that?
Or you pay us some danger money, and then we'll negotiate it. We can
or
just
you
go and
steal
steal the
back
book.
and
Just
we
go
walk
back
away
to and sell it to who
and
we
don't
want.
get killed.
I think it's just starting to get a bit circular. Just,
I mean, as far as I can see, you want someone else to steal the book
if you
because everybody
steal
else
it,
who's
then
touched the
we'll
book
steal
has
it
been
from
killed.
you, and then some. Yeah, if you steal it, we'll steal it from you, and then give it back to the people you stole it from, and now it's the same cycle, but in reverse.
We're here to do a job. If you want us to get the book, we'll get you the book. But you pay us. And then what you do with it afterwards is up to you.
This feels like a role of some kind. What do you think?
R's doing the math. He's just
Okay.
learned that the group is paid to operate with the people that they've taken a job from to do something, who they're now going to go up against again, operating in their
Yeah.
territory.
I mean,
And
this
Tar's,
conversation is not a good starting point for a new person to join the team.
yeah, Tar's sitting there just looking at these guys, wondering why they're so keen and eager to go up against their main like benefactors, protectorates, whatever the kind of relationship is.
I mean, they hired us for one job. We're not really on a retainer or anything.
Well, yeah, but then
That probably something we could have set up originally. Like, oh, give us like a month's worth of pay every month.
Tar's just sitting there and he's just watching the conversation. Well, he's sort of standing there and he's just watching the conversation between these three, trying to get a measure of where they're at and where their loyalties lie and what motivates them.
Okay. Did you want to make a roll to see whether you can figure something out, or do you want, or are you?
No,
I
he's
don't know if we get
watching.
anything.
He's just watching
Yeah.
interestingly. He's just
So this is
Yeah. I mean, on the grander scale thing, it's better the book's important, so we could try and steal it. So either someone pays us for stealing it, or we could sell it to someone for potentially more because there won't be a middleman, or
Yeah.
we continue. We do the good thieves thing. We try and continue to track down what happened to Leitch, which may lead us in the same direction anyway.
Oh, we walk away.
But I mean, we said
you
they're
walk
either
away.
off by the Hive or by Strangford. Yeah.
We've established to the Wraiths that we didn't kill Leitch, so the Wraiths don't want to kill us.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody else comes
Yeah.
after us, we'll find out about that in the future, as it were.
Yeah.
We
And
don't
also
need to
in
go
the
and chase the
Arcane
book down again.
situation.
People are getting killed over that.
Mm.
Yeah, I'd suggest as well for the Arcane situation that, like, I can we'll like help them out if they'll help us out, like a kind of an agreement on that front, because at least we can curry favor with them on the side.
Yeah.
Maybe do an odd job or something, or help them with research or whatever, small stuff. I don't know. Depends what the situation is, but then that way we can kind of get them on side as well.
Well, the Wraiths are in our zone of operation, right?
I don't think so.
Not really. They're up in Silkshire.
But we were.
Yeah, I think
we were
you're
based in the
you're
docks. We
based-
were in the docks,
you're
but
based in the docks, but you're
operating
based
in Silkshore.
in Silkshore.
Yeah.
You've got a stretch
Oh,
of
yes.
territory.
No, yeah,
Your
Cora's
turf
right.
is
Yeah.
Silkshore. Yeah, so there is that.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing
Um,
is, we're kind of boring gondolier territory, I think. But I mean, it doesn't hurt having another group on side, to be honest.
Mm.
Otherwise, you end up like the lamp babies and the red slashes, where you just bickering and everybody loses.
And then there's apparently honey badgers.
Yeah,
Apparently, honey badgers.
the honey
Yes,
badgers
I-
will
honey
win whatever,
badgers.
regardless. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. But I would make the offer to them that I can help them with arcane stuff.
you would. You
But
won't.
like, yeah, I would like but as in like an agreement between like our gang and theirs, like
Yeah.
rather than on an individual basis.
Okay. Yeah,
So like, if I help them, they help us, or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So we have a mutual beneficial arrangement.
Well, we were kind of thinking of some kind of alliance.
Yeah.
You're in a similar line of work to us. You can always use
Uh,
people like you to. And you managed to pass the test of climbing the stairs there with relative ease.
I mean, it was probably fortunate for us that the traps were so repetitive. But yeah, I mean, it's not a high bar for entry, but you know, or
No,
maybe we could
I
do
was
one
thinking
problem at a
more of
time.
I was thinking more of a test for you guys.
What were you thinking on those lines?
Oh, get that fucking book back for us. Maybe we can come to some kind of agreement or accord.
So you do want the book?
I'd like the book back. Apparently, it's worth a lot of money.
I feel like we keep coming back to the same point. If you want the book so much, get
Well,
the book.
I think we went from we went from the like, it's just a book. I don't really care about the book. What am I going to do with the book? To I want the book back.
They're obviously
Okay.
bluffing.
Yeah.
No, look. No. Look, when we stole the book, we didn't know what it was, right? People are killing other people over this book. That tells me this
And
book
why
is
would we want to
valuable.
get involved in that?
Because I'm asking you. Because I'm willing to split the profit with you. And because you fucking owe me for stealing the book that I fucking already had.
That you stole.
Yeah. However, it was much easier to steal it from the brothel than it was to steal it from Lord Strangford's house. Which is what you're going to
We'll
have
wait
to
until
do.
his son goes to another brothel.
His son was using this book, and he's a
My
sea
son's a fucking
captain.
idiot. Forget it. He's an idiot. He runs the ship. He runs the ship for Lord Strangford. He's also a braggart.
I've always
We'll
wanted to
do
go
this
on a ship.
deal.
Sounds very interesting indeed.
I'm prepared to do this
After a
job
while, they
for
get
you,
dull.
but we need paying. Even if it's a retainer, we don't do anything for nothing. And you know that that's not how it works around here. We get paid. You get paid, we get paid.
All right. I'll give you 4 coin. 4 coin for getting that book back to me.
No. 4 coin for doing the job. Then we split the sale.
Doesn't really make any sense from my point of view.
Because you're paying us to do a job. We could do the job, and we could do the job ourselves and walk off with the book.
You could do that. And you still could do that.
So you're paying us 4 coin for the danger they're putting ourselves in and for the expenses of doing the job. And then we'll bring the book back to you.
I think this might be worth it.
So they sell the book for 12 coin, and they're like, "Yay! We didn't have
Well,
to
that's
go
how
have."
it works, right?
Yeah.
That's commerce for you.
Would it be sway or consort?
It's probably more sway, I guess. I mean, you can. I'd
Okay.
use either. Whichever
This is desperate, isn't it?
Let's say no. Let's say standard right now. You've been talking to these people for a while. I don't think this is. And you managed to achieve Success. Oh,
Oh, for flipping heck. The dice hate me tonight. Flipping heck.
What's the original offer again? After all that back and forth.
I reckon I see that it's going pretty badly, and I walk over to Ashlyn and say, I think it might be better if we just left them to stew for a while.
Yeah. We'll have more leverage when we have the book as well.
Okay, we'll go and scope the place out. We'll assess the situation.
there you go.
Then we will come back and renegotiate.
I think that's.
You don't have to say
I
that.
think
Yeah.
Let's let's all think about it, shall we? I'm sure you'll come round to my way of thinking.
And you may come round to ours.
I don't want to be involved in anyone's circular line of thinking. Oh, geez.
I think we're gonna have to call it, aren't we? Right there,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
will
it's good.
then
It
leave.
gives
We'll
us
just
it gives
leave.
us a break.
Yeah, we'll leave.
Between the.
Back down the
Yeah.
stairs.
I don't want to know what the tripwires did.
I mean,
Drop one on the way out. Find
I
out.
mean, once the rest of us have left, you can find out. To your heart's content.
No, you just as we go past one, like throw something back up to trip one and see what happens.
When we're walking down the stairs, and when we're out of earshot
You
of the
tinker
people,
them.
I speak to the whoever's nearby, and I say, so is all that you're interested in coin?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you lot.
Just
I think.
whoever, yeah, just
I mean, I don't know. I don't think you know what city you live in.
If we give the
interesting.
impression
live in
that we're
a-
interested in coin, but we're interested in getting better
Yeah, we'll make a name for
reputation,
ourselves. But
we
like,
need to make a
coin
name and we
drives
need
the
to get up
economy.
the ranks. If we let them think that we're trying to power struggle up against them, then they'll fight us. If we tell them that we're just looking for work and money, then they'll pay us, and we get information, and information is power.
Fortunately, we don't live in a post-scarcity city, so we have to make do with the currency.
Tar nods. And he sees a goat running past, chased by
Yeah.
people.
Oh no. Freaking river goat.
We do what we walk out to a carry-on film. There's people trying to pull a truck out the
hill movie,
river. There's people
serious
trying to
movie.
round up goats.
Is this going to be one of those things like the Florida alligators, where you just be like, eventually it's just these giant goats roaming the sewers? of the
Actually,
city?
we open the door. We see that. We shut the door. We shout up the stairs. You got a back entrance.
You see, there's
Well, I
the
mean,
crowd
if you-
blue coats trying to pull a carriage out of the canal.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to, you could try and herd one of the goats up the stairs.
No. No.
Well then,
Anyway, it gives us a bit of a break before the next heist.
Yes,
so that's a linked heist then.
it could be, couldn't
A
it?
linked heist.
Well, it depends whether you're going to take it or not.
We're back on again tomorrow, folks.
Yes.
We're playing some Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you to everybody for coming along and watching. Thank you very much for all of the kind
Oh God, it looks like one to
generosity
read.
that's been going on. So much happening. Borgat with gifted subs. Keen, I think, gifted. Am I right in saying that? Gifted a sub, and
Holy crap!
we got a raid. I think we got some follows in there as well. So thank you very much, everybody, for that.
We really should pay more attention.
Um,
The chat.
yeah, Elvin gifted a sub.
Wow.
Keen gave 5 subs. We got a follow
What?
from Pando. We got another 5 subs from Borgat. Angie Pops gifted a sub. We got the raid. Somebody tried to time out Angie. We missed that one.
Oh my God, who was that?
That was
But it was
Manithra.
it was
Oh,
I'm gonna have to refund that because we didn't notice it and we didn't do it. So
why would you time me out?
you'll get your points back, Minnie. Minnie's asleep by now, surely I would have thought, but maybe not. Yeah,
what did you do? Did you do, Ange?
way back
God
at the
knows.
beginning. Way back at the beginning.
Bit.
Thanks to Keen as well for that awesome trailer.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it, but one day you will teach us your secrets. Yeah.
He's like,
The
I just
magician.
use Adobe Premiere. I don't know.
Are we gonna go and find somebody to raid?
I'm just looking. I couldn't do it on my phone though. I was trying to check it out with the Weave guys. I've got an
Weave the
advert.
tail.
Yeah, Weave the Tail. I was only going to go and check them out to see how long they've actually been streaming for.
We could go and raid Mimo.
Yeah, I was about to say, but Mima's there. Is she playing tomorrow? Mima tomorrow.
Yeah, she's playing tomorrow.
Yay! Yeah, let's go and do Mima.
Shall we
then.
raid Mimo? Let's go raid Mimo, everybody. Mimo the Geeky Granny is a variety streamer from the United States of America. She is a games player and has a very particular brand of chaos. Whenever she is playing a game, she is joined on set by her husband and a very lively chat who love puns. So if you love puns, I think what she's doing at the moment is looking and delving the depths of Amazon and looking for the weirdest and wackiest things that she can find. So do stick around. I'm not sure what game she's going to be playing, but we'll go and raid there. Thanks again to everybody for coming along tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow, 9 p.m. GMT. Yeah.
Awesome.
Raid
Yes.
Mimo the Geeky Granny. Hey. If you've got the Dennis's, if you've got the Angie Highs, if you've got the IMT Yays, then be sure to spam them in Mimo's chat. We'll get a warm welcome. So please do join in on this raid and let her know that she's been raided and we will be met with in kind. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Have a good one.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.